Hello, everybody. I'm here with Villain. Exciting. How are you guys feeling coming into finals this season?
ファイナルに来てどう感じてるみたいな。
最高です。
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
I like it.
Exciting.
Yeah. And how long have you guys been like together as a roster, like as a team?
We started from season 4 and we like keeping from the season 4.
Yes,
Very
four.
nice.
It's so long. Yeah.
And who do you think's like your biggest challenges in finals? Like what teams, like your biggest competitors this season?
このシーズンで、このファイナルで一番のライバルになりそうなチーム。どのチーム？
オレンジジュースでしょ。
でもやっぱそうだよな。
Orange juice? Yeah, orange juice.
Orange, yeah, number one moment.
Number one.
Right.
Yeah.
And how much have you been training for finals? Like you guys training a lot?
それファイナルに向けてどれぐらい練習してるか。
俺らは力のゴリ押しでいくよ。何も練習はしない。才能だ。
We don't need practice. We just
Don't need practice.
Yeah. We just do what we did.
Power. I like that.
Yeah.
You guys are confident. You know, think you guys can win.
Yeah.
We have power.
I like it. The confidence is key. All right. Any last words you have to say to everyone watching?
何か最後に言いたいことは。
We are number one. All. Nothing. This one. Okay?
Okay? Yay!
That's Vim.
Yeah.
Hey everybody, I'm here with EXO Clan. Yeah! How's everyone feeling for finals?
Yeah,
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Yes,
Hype.
very cool. Awesome. Now I wanted to ask you guys, there's been a lot of different organizations that have passed through these OCE teams. How does it feel being the last one that has actually made it through a season or two?
Yeah, I'd say it feels pretty solid. I think it's a really good testament to how tight we are as a team.
Locked in, bro. Locked in. That's how it's like. Right?
Now, talking about that, how did the news of the Echo shutdown affect the team throughout the season?
I left for like 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months.
Yeah.
Everyone came back again season.
It was busy crying for the last.
I hope the game gets shut down sooner, please.
Yeah, after finals, no one gets back.
I don't like
That's what it is. Yeah, honestly,
I think as a team, it's just motivated us to try and secure like the
final
win.
victory.
The final
Then we can go as like
win
a completely
streak.
undefeated team and just be like undisputedly champions, which would be
Yes.
awesome.
Speaking of that, you guys are like back to back champions.
I feel like there's too many backs in there, but yeah.
How confident are you guys going into this last
Confident.
finals?
Statistically speaking, we're gonna win. Like it's like if you look at our history, we just always win. But
We are not
Always
confident.
confident.
This is a
fight.
this is definitely going to be like the most contested finals I think in OCE
Five,
history.
but you know,
Between Beef, Villain, and OJ, you have like, and us is an insanely strong top 4. So definitely the hardest finals, but we're pretty confident we can beat it through.
yeah.
All right, well,
We got
good luck everybody. And is there anything else you want to say to the people watching?
Hi.
Exists to excel. And anything else?
True exists to excel.
Yeah. And play the game for fun, not
Powered
to
by
win.
Mad Cats as well.
I don't like Honda.
Well, thank you for your time, guys, and good luck in
I feel
finals.
like there was a few questions.
Love you,
but that's alright. Bye.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to VRML. We are here in the OCE Finals, Day 2. This is it. This is not just the end of a season, but an end of an era in a sense here in Echo Arena as we conclude our final VRML season of this game's lifespan. That said, this is going to be an incredible night, I feel like, because OCE never disappoints. But for everyone joining us here at home or wherever you're sneaking a view at this stream, welcome to it. I'm Palador, being joined currently by Outback Blaze, and we'll also be joined by Zodiac a little bit later on, and Wonder T-Man on the cams, of course. How's it going, Outback?
Great. I am so excited to finally see the finals that we've been waiting for. It's the last one, which gonna bring on some strong emotions tonight, but we'll have fun. We're here to have fun.
Absolutely. People have been asking me how I feel about the finals this weekend, and also people asking me, what do you think about the LAN coming up over in Denver here, the North American side, a couple weeks with VRML Con? And my answer is always, it's been this kind of the same of, I'm so excited as always, but like, I'm also preparing to be a little bit sad or emotional over certain things, you know? I don't feel like this is the end of a genre, because I've always said Echo was kind of the birth of a genre, not just a game. I know there will be bigger and better things coming in the future, but it is at least the end of an era in a sense. So it is sort of bittersweet to be back here in an awesome scenario of finals matches, all that excitement, but also knowing in the back of your mind, well, wow, this is the last, the final, you know?
100%. It's really going to be that cycle between excited, sad all day, but hopefully doesn't get to the players too much and we can get some amazing matches.
Yeah, we always do. OCE has been consistently season to season, because I've casted the finals for each of the seasons here. OCE has consistently been providing the most entertaining matches each time. We're talking these dramatic upsets or near upsets, the 5-round matches, the bracket resets when it comes to grand finals. I mean, you get a little bit of everything here, and it you know, I don't want to assume or jinx or anything like that, but you know, generally speaking, and you were talking about it actually just before it went live, Outback, how really no matter what, these are 4 teams that are very close in skill, and it should provide for entertaining matches, whatever the results are.
100%. No matter the win and lose of any of these teams, we're going to see amazing matches, and I'm really excited for it. So excited.
And to the Twitch chat real quick, I want to say hi to Superfly, as well as Yu King, Subway Sandwich. Could use one of those right about now. Come to think of it, haven't eaten in a little while. Too much excitement in Echo, you know? See, I am Japanese. Very descriptive, and welcome to you. Rilo, Sphinx, as well as Smooth. Well, maybe that was earlier. Zodiac as well, and Daisy, and VR Old Boy, Princess. Glad to see you guys here. You might notice, by the way, as Gish contributes there, 2000, and Cruisin' as well, you might notice there is a pool there. Earlier, it was a 200k channel points pool for me to dye my hair for the VRML Con LAN. That went through successfully, so I'll be dyeing it something, and don't worry, I'm gonna go full bleach and everything. Blue, purple, violet sky, I don't know. But anyways, I'll be something. But currently, the next thing on the line is our caster Offbeat. He's putting his hair on the line, so if we get this next goal, then Offbeat will also be shaving his head for the VRML Con. The stakes have never been higher, Outback. But speaking of, we do have a match about to start now, and the stakes also high here in the lower brackets.
And it looks like Villain is going to take that initial joust, taking control, walking it all the way up, getting those passes off. We've got Bread down at impact underneath the goal with an easy shot straight in for 2 points for Villain.
Yeah, the immediate impact, I suppose. 12 seconds in, not wasting any time. Now, ExoClan bears mentioning, of course, this team which has seen changes, even in the context of this season, has had, you see Punda in there, who left for a little while, but came back right at the roster lock deadline. But this team, full of multi-time champions across OCE, certainly, but they find themselves in a lower bracket situation right now with an open goal situation. And there is no coming back after another loss for either of these teams. So it's really high stakes here and high pressure, but this is a situation where we've seen EXO certainly excel in past seasons.
100%. This is where EXO thrives. They're putting it all on the line into this last game, but it's also where we see Villain a lot. They're always on that brink of getting into grand finals, and let's see how they go with these two titans going up against each other.
Absolutely. Yeah, Villain, I've promoted them so much as wow, Impact, another big shot. 8 meters out for the 3 at that. This is a team, as I've mentioned in last couple of seasons, really impressing, and like you said exactly, Outback, this team has always been right on the brink. They went from no experience to a lot of experience in such quick order. And as much as I love all these guys on EXO-Clan too, there's still a certain part of me that also kind of roots for the underdog and Villain, just seeing them come so close, and for this to be the last season. No matter the results, it's guaranteed to be a story here tonight.
Definitely. And you see EXO with these changes this season. We've seen a new player on the EXO roster in this game with Shredder, who's been around for a while and finally gets his shot, and he's proven himself with that 3 points from 21 meters out. He's definitely making a name for himself in this last season.
Yeah, a little bit of a spidey sense from Shredder there. Heard his name being talked about and decided to light up that goal for their first shot. So EXO-Clan now on the board, and now on the joust. It will be Odin for Villain to Aliosia. And Ali down the lane. Quick couple of jukes for Impact there. Already a couple of goals, but Impact being impacted. And once again, a clear. We'll go down the other lane. This could be another potential open goal just to bring it right to a tie. Although the stat gets there quickly and released into Odin's arms as all 4 players for Villain meeting each other there in the midfield. A little bit of a haphazard toss, though, might cause some trouble as it indeed does get lost out at the bottom of the floor into Soggy Bunnings, who will reset to the midfield. Actually misses the target, though.
Just a little bit off by EXO there, a little bit under pressure. The stack is on for Silver there, but he gets that slap down and Soggy able to recover, but the stack is still on him. It's a little bit of a misclear there, going into the hands of Impact, and the passes are off from Villain, keeping that disc away from EXO if they can help it. But just a little miss pass there, but Odin's able to grab it, throw it up onto the roof, down to Impact, with the pass back to Aliosa. But the steal from Soggy, getting that clear off, and the stacks are there from EXO. But it's a bit of a scramble for the disc, but Shredder's able to keep chasing and pick it up with it. He's got an open pass, but Soggy gets covered. And a little bit of a miss pass back there from Shredder, giving the possession to Villain to get that clear off.
Some miscues here from both sides in terms of the passing. I think some of that pressure certainly coming in. We see that a lot, especially for opening matches of the stream. Doesn't really matter how much you did or didn't warm up prior. In these big, high-pressure situations, there's always going to be an inherent amount of nerves at play, especially in the first few minutes of matches like this. And we're kind of seeing it from both teams now, who have each scored, but with 5 minutes off the clock halfway through this round, it's only been sparse, just few and far between. And right now, a lot of disarray in the midfield will just kind of ping-pong possessions between the two squads here.
Definitely. These pressure is getting to both of these teams. As normally we've seen how great both of these teams are, but we're getting that bit of miscommunication, mispasses, but the shots are coming in from Impact with another 2 points for Villain. Impact has been popping off, I've got to say. Just the start, and he's already scored 7 points for Villain.
And how about that, though? 2:24 off the clock since the last score, so a lot of time expended. And yeah, Impact indeed making a extreme mark, putting a stamp on this game so far, being that finisher here at the rim. But all the same, what a snag there from Impact. No, nearly scored the 3. Now that would have been a highlight and a half, certainly. with a quick reaction times on both ends, but couldn't quite make it. The barrier getting in the way. Meanwhile, Punda, who is known for making these, will he, won't he? No! Just a near miss as it dings off that post and now careens into the bottom of the trap. Both teams now converging on each other. Silver Ridge coming away. A efficient duck, and the 2 is loose for the 2-point deficit now. Shredder bringing it back now 7-5. And Exo Clan here not giving up an inch as they now inch closer to that tie.
They're putting in the work to try and claw back at Villain. No matter what's happening, they're keeping the pressure on and trying to come back with anything the Villain gives them. Well, as we can see, Impact going back down to Bread here, kind of unpressured at the moment, just getting that walk down, getting those passes off, and Impact goes for the shot, but the save from Silva. Oh, Punda with a bit of a missed grab there, gets that clear off, and the stacks are there from Soggy Bunning Snags, getting that pass over. Oh, but just narrowly missing Shredder's hands, gives the possession back over to Villain.
Yeah, tough loss there on that pass, a miss catch on that pass, because that could have led to an open 3, and with Soggy being the one to potentially take that, I would expect that would put them ahead by a point. But yeah, they just weren't able to line that one up, and unfortunately lost that opportunity. So Villain here with the clock winding down, less than 3 minutes left in this opening round, best of 3, working their way with some passes. Some very nice chemistry being shown, and a lot of traffic there, though. Impact taking into 3 defenders, right back to Impact, but couldn't quite come out of the stun and get the grab in time. Meanwhile, Stacks now unfurling. We Soggy Bunnings sending it down that floor. Punda turning around for a grab, but nobody home. So all the meanwhile on the opposite side of the floor, Villains able to retain possession. We have 2.5 remaining in this first round. Possession to Villain at the midfield.
We're seeing some really good control from Villain. They're getting those passes off, they're hitting their targets, but the defense there from Exo, Silver in that goal is unstoppable. No matter what gets thrown at him, he is saving it. And it's just...
Absolutely. Dude is insane. Suffice to say, doesn't matter how much time has passed since I've casted him last, we know how insane he is inside that goal. It's a universal rule of Echo Arena. If the disc is there and Silver Ridge is in goal, it's probably getting saved.
He is got to be one of the best goalies in this league, but the defense might not be enough to save Exo, but they've got possession here in Villain's half, trying to get some points on the board to bring it back, but the save is there from Ali, and the grab from Soggy and flicking it back into goal makes the scores even with 1.5 minutes remaining.
Well, how about that? Soggy Bunning Snags with a quick turnaround right into the goal, just in one smooth, fluid motion, knowing that there was a lot of congestion in that lane, and so had not a lot of time to do anything with it, but got creative and had that precision to make the goal, and boy, does that count, because it's a tie-up now with 1 minute left in this opening round. Again, this is win or go home for both of these teams now. This is lower bracket, so there's no coming back, as there will be a attack on the goal, and it's back-to-back for Soggy Bunning Snags. And they're up by 2. EXO somehow pulling out that miracle, which they've done time and time again in big game situations. It seems like they're up all of a sudden.
And EXO knows that they have to keep this advantage before that clock runs out, because if they get to that tied game into overtime, their options aren't that great against Villain, who are known for always winning that initial joust. But Villain has done it. They've taken it back to a tied game with only 5 seconds left after this countdown.
What a tremendous pass and catch that was. Not the easiest lead, because that disc had to be passed almost in front of the goalie's face just about. That really quickly coming in from a high angle, but man, it worked. And hey, I guess I didn't jinx a dang thing, because I said to open this up. OCE has consistently, every single season finals, provided matches with round resets, round 5s, overtimes, and look at this. The very, very first round of the first cast tonight, we've already got an overtime. The excitement in the air and the competition never better here in these closing months of Echo. My goodness, oh my goodness, they just missed the disc. Punda now with an opportunity.
I think I've got to be to blame for that. I've always been saying that Villain going to win that initial joust, but they were there first, but just missed the disc, giving EXO that time to grab it and get it downfield. And with Soggy with possession now, they're trying to keep possession here with those passes off. Punda getting pressured, passing it over to Soggy. Soggy getting stacked from Odin, with that clear down, and it's going to be a stack race to the disc to see who gets there first. And it looks like it's going to be EXO.
Yeah, with some time to spare at that, so the stack's being really delayed there in the midfield, unfortunately for them. Got to make sure, though, just to keep the mentals in check and make sure to keep the positionings in check. Don't give up anything easy on this end of the floor. A dive out of goal there will be taken by Aliosia. Every single move now going to be high impact in this overtime for the first round. Down that floor, taken quickly with a efficient juke, and Shredda sends it down to that lane. And there's a quick, equally quick reaction time though from the trio, stacking down the floor, racing to the disc, and a nice grab. Oh, Silver, could it be? Oh, couldn't find the goal. Soggy Bunning Snacks though with another take. It's bread instead. My goodness.
Oh my god. I'm gobsmacked at what is happening right now, but Soggy might have another shot on goal. Gets the pass down to Silver. Silver trying to put it in. Oh, just a missed bounce there. But EXO able to keep possession. 25 seconds left of this overtime. They've got to work fast. Punda getting the pass over to Silver on the back, and he takes it in. EXO with the first round win.
Oh, they have done it and done it again. EXO, or Leviathan in seasons past as they were known, just have that knack of pulling these unlikely comebacks. These actually at this point they're just likely comebacks, to be frank, but just pulling these situations where they're down and out, they're down multiple goals with minutes to spare, and then they just heat up, and that experience, that championship experience between these players starts showing itself. And you find that, you know, in these highest pressure situations, it seems like that experience constantly pays off, and it did there. What an amazing round that was to open the stream here, Outback, and an exciting overtime win. But we still got at least another round to go.
Oh, chat could not see my face watching that last 30 seconds of overtime. I was there, hands on the head, like just absolutely gobsmacked of seeing what was happening. But EXO able to pull it off in those last final seconds, and it was an amazing round to open off today.
Yeah, no, it reminds me a lot of over on the NA side, historically watching the Joker team and all the incarnations of Joker that followed as they split and reformed and whatnot. But over the years, it's kind of the same kind of thing. We've seen them at multiple LAN events. We've seen them at multiple final situations where, okay, it's like, wow, the giant is about to fall. They're about to finally fall. And then even in the last minute, you're saying, okay, yeah, there's no way they come back from this. And then they just do it. I feel the same way about EXO on the other side of the world relative to me. You know, just watching EXO/Leviathan at work season over season. It's uncanny. I think for Villain, now a big test really is ahead, just in terms of kind of gut check time, right? Testing the will, testing the fortitude, and making sure that they don't get too discouraged after that tough loss, because they played that first round so very well, but just could not muster that execution at the very, very end.
It's really just going to be a clash of titans all day. We've seen it with this first round, just proving my point that even though Villain had that really strong start, they're playing well, they're doing everything that they can, EXO still was able to fight back and secure that first round win. It's just going to be amazing to see what these teams do in the second round. If there's anything different, or we see EXO take it home again, but I just want to keep watching these teams play.
Absolutely. You're saying how equal the footing is for these teams who've made it this far, and yeah, the records speak to that point as well, because EXO Clan on the season, 17 wins, 7 losses. Villain not that far behind, 15 wins, 6 losses. So not as many games played, but very near identical results there in terms of the win-loss column. So I mean, just the fact that it ended in overtime for that first round is just demonstrative of the fact that they are so close together.
Oh, definitely. And it's going to be happening. Like, we're going to see those
really close games from all the teams in in this comp today, and it's great to see that Shredder, the new player on this team, was still able to score 5 points and really show off his worth in this game. It's amazing to see.
Oh, it really is. We are currently 3 minutes into this timeout, by the way, so of course between rounds you can take up to 5 collectively between the two teams. Not a problem, and certainly would be wise to utilize that. I know we've got some teams in the chat also probably watching this, waiting for the next matches, and definitely want to keep those in mind. You know, use your timeouts to your maximum effectiveness, whether you're down and just trying to stop some momentum, or even between rounds just to take a breather, take a drink, you know, wipe the sweat off the headset and whatnot. Always a handy thing, especially in long form tournaments like this, where you're just playing match after match. Those little moments of respite and reprieve can be very, very difference making when you add them all together across a 3-round or a 5-round series.
Oh, definitely. It's going to be really good to see those 5-round series later in the day as we finally get this unpause. But those are going to be really close, and I feel like we're going to be here till the late at night watching these games keep on going. With that unpause, we still got another 30 seconds left, but hopefully whoever did get that pause got their mental break and are ready to go take everything out onto this second round, because if EXO take this, that's it for Villain for the day.
My apologies to the chat also. It's been a little while since I've done this. I know I'm missing some messages. But I did see one from Cam Jam. It says, read my message. Okay, well, Rilo is my favorite player. Now I have left his team and he is uncursed and he can win a grand finals. We'll see if that comes true. Had Saika earlier giving love to the creators, giving love to the mods, the casters, giving love to everyone. And honestly, that is really a good representation of what all this is, right? VRML in general. It's giving love to them, but it's because we love the game so much. So, you know, it's been a group effort, and not a single minute of the last 3 years in VRML do I regret, because it's just been a big love being able to witness, play, and cast in this league and in this game.
It's been an absolute whirlwind, like with everything that's gone on over these past couple seasons that I've been a part of, and I'm just so excited to see what happens right down to the end. And we've got Villain with the first score of round 2 with another 2 points for them. It's starting off the same as that first round, that mirror start with Villain getting that initial joust and scoring that first 2. Let's see how EXO can come back from this.
Well, we saw last round they were able to do just that, but indeed not something you want to see, that first goal go in against you. Doesn't seem to really bother Villain here, as the defense causing the turnover, and they're going to look for maybe that second goal in a row. With a bounce pass there, some tight defense, didn't matter. Impact continuing to amaze here with 9 points across the 2 rounds. The 4 points so far for the team, though, in this one. What a finish. That was not an easy one, and came out with such fire as well. That was a pretty fast release point, it seemed like, just relative to the juke he did. Very hard to save from that close and that fast.
We see it all the time from Impact. He is probably got one of the best, he's probably one of the best shooters in this league. You can really see it in these games when he just is able to juke around that defense and get those shots off. But here comes EXO with the first 2 points for round 2, trying to put that pressure back on Villain and showing that, hey, you can score, but so can we. It is great to see Punda finally getting on the board with some 2 points to his name.
Yeah, I was kind of curious about that too. Again, not one to assume anything, in terms of how much or how little he's been playing, but question is, when he did stop playing for a month or 2 or whatever it was earlier in the season before rejoining, because normally Punda is a high impact scorer, but yeah, the first 2 points coming into the second round, very unusual for him in particular. Just knowing the kind of shot and offensive impact that he has on the floor in most situations.
Oh, definitely. And even with that break that he's taken, he's come back just as sharp as ever. And we always see it from Punda. No matter how he plays throughout the season, he's always comes back in finals and puts on an absolute show. So I'm going to be excited to see what else he can do. Speaking of which, getting that stun out on the attacker and getting the clear down, Punda's still able to make that difference and getting that pass off all but just missing off. It bounces over through the hands of a couple EXO members, pass back to Punda, and another 2 shots from him. Straight into the back of that goal.
Great positioning from Punda and great pass recognition there from Soggy because, yeah, no better goal to get you on the board again than a nice alley-oop dunk. That's about as high a high percentage as you can get. And yeah, the quick 4 points now in this round for Punda to tie things up as Odin now just walks it up the floor, looking to avoid that stack while also not throwing it too early, just trying to cause a disruption if possible.
It looks like that pause has done well for EXO. They've come off so aggressive, but just getting that save there, Villain stops another 2 points from them as they get that clear down. But the backstack is there. Oh, but they just miss it, and a shot off from Bread, but he misses that just, and it goes back into the hands of Impact, drawing out some defenders, passing it back, trying to slow it down a little bit here and regroup and reassess the situation. As Aliosa gets pressured by Shredder, gets the pass off to Bread. Bread trying to look for a pass option, goes down to Odin on the floor. Odin again gets that pass over to Impact on the backboard, and that dunk from Impact gets another 2 points for Villain.
I really like that from Impact right there. That's a high discipline type of move. I know if I was in that scenario, I probably would have shot it and been saved by Silver Ridge, but you can see Impact just hanging around there, anchoring onto that backboard, surveying the situation and recognizing, hey, wait, no one's diving me, and also knowing Silver Ridge's tendencies there perhaps a little bit. Instead of rushing a shot into the goalie's mitts, into Silver Ridge's hands, decided just to walk it in, take advantage of the lack of dive defense, and go for a swing through dunk, excuse me. And, honestly, it's about as efficient as you can get. Once again, high percentage goals, those dunks.
You can definitely give credit to Villain there, knowing their opponent, playing the opponent. But EXO doing the exact same thing and getting that pressure on as we get a stun there from the Villain's defense. But the passes from EXO, but they're getting stunned out again. They're really playing their man, the boys from Villain here, but EXO is still there, able to take control of the disc, even with it going all the way down into their side. But they've got positions, they've got control, but just the shot missed from Silver Ridge there, as it does go into the hands of Odin.
So 2 point lead with 4 minutes left in the second round. Again, win or go home for both these teams. This is the lower brackets at the moment, so both teams already taking a loss yesterday. So every single shot, every single save is very, very impactful on the results. And ultimately, the ending, the storybook ending, for better or worse, for each of these teams here in Echo Arena, trying to make their final mark on this game and on this chapter as going down. Oh, thereafter, it's going to be a grab coming in from Impact, showing the defensive chops as well as the offense. Now just need to search for those boosts, those stacks, because right now that's an open goal with a loose disc, but just not able to really gather themselves quite in time, and that will result in the reset to Silver Ridge, who then finds a zipper of a pass across the floor. Likewise, another zipper to Soggy, a bit high, tough angle to shoot from there with so much geo in the way as Bread takes it over, and Odin now sending it into an interception from Shredder.
Oh, what a pass to Punda right in front of goals, got defenders on him and in goal, but he was still able to get the disc and slap it in there before being stunned out. And that's what we love to see from Punda. That's the Punda we know and love. And it's really showing off in this second round.
Yeah, I'm loving the assists we're seeing also there. Soggy has 3 assists now, everyone on the team with 1. At the very least, but just helping those high percentage goals and really getting that team chemistry flowing. Now Villain at the opportunity to respond, and they try and they will. Ooh, Soggy not happy about that one, throwing the arms up in the air, but recognizing the open goal there, Villain able to score and secure a 2-point advantage with 2 minutes and some change remaining.
Yeah, a bit of a risky play there from Silver, trying to push out that attacker. We don't see that much from him, but Soggy should have been able to get that save, but just an unlucky bit of ping there stops him from getting it. Or Shredder taking a bit too much time on that pass, and Impact benefiting from it as he gets the disc and gets it downfield, and we see another stack race from both teams. Villain able to take the win on that one and get those passes off. The passes between Impact and Odin just missing as Punta gets that slap down to Soggy. Soggy with the defender on him, just losing the disc, but able to slap it down still. But we've got that defender there in Aliosa on the chase, but Exo with the stacks in, and the shot there from Punda, another 3 points, giving Exo that 1 point lead.
Yeah, really costly missed opportunities there for Villain. They had a chance at a potential 1-on-1, 2-on-1 in the goal. We're not able to convert on the pass, and then on the opposite end, the goalie diving out on that disc, but just slightly misread that trajectory, and that resulted in the open 3, which at this juncture is absolutely devastating. They need to capture another goal here now, maybe get the lead back, knowing that the pressure is on, and see if they can cook. Oh, but good look, Silver Ridge putting it away for another spectacular save in a clutch situation, doing it season to season and giving us every single reason. Oh no, go home, Shredder with a 3-point shot.
And that's the game with that amazing shot from the man himself, Shredder. The guys being able to read that and just let it go in have given the round to Exo. Villain have mathematically no time, and that's the game. As we see Soggy maybe going for another 3 points, just putting the nail in the coffin here. Makes it 15-8 Exo's way in that second round.
And what a match that was, 2 rounds or not. Don't mistake the final score here with those last couple of goals. It was right down to the wire, essentially, but an amazing save from Silver Ridge. Again, just it's almost like deja vu each season, especially in final situations. Just the amount of clutches that he can pull out with those grabs, those saves in the last crucial minutes, the crucial seconds. Got it to go, and then sending out that Kung-like shot there off the wall. Shredder was able to just put them away in the most merciless type of fashion, and really a backbreaking kind of fashion. Just a devastating shot to take there in the last seconds to put that home. And ExoClan, they do it again. You know, shout out to Villain though they made him work so hard both those rounds, so close.
It's gonna be a little bit devastating for that Villain side. They put in so much work and played absolutely amazingly. Exo just taking that win in both of those rounds, really. It wasn't until that last minute that Exo really pulled away, and you could see the defeat on Villain just after that last goal went in.
Yeah.
But it's what happens, unfortunately, and it's just what's going to keep happening. And with these amazing 4 teams left in finals, we're going to see games like that all day. It was just unlucky for Villain in that scenario.
Yeah, it's kind of, well, the double-edged sword, I suppose, of the thrill of the competition, especially in finals where, yeah, you have the most exciting matches of the season. You see the most amazing highlights, and it's great. But the other side of that sword, the other edge, is the fact that, well, someone has to lose. Someone has to have their story end there. And unfortunately, in this case, it will be Villain. Once again, just on the cusp of greatness, and just couldn't quite finish it today, but nothing certainly to be anything but proud of for their squad. Really putting on a great match there. And again, you know, it's been an exciting and kind of an honor for me just to be able to watch them grow over the seasons and watch, you know, tremendous gameplay like that. You know, so even though this might be the end of the road for them here in Echo Arena and VRML in the next few months, fully expecting to still, you know, see them in the future in whatever iteration comes next after Echo is no more. So, you know, shout out to them, and congratulations still for an awesome few seasons for Villain. Exo Clan, though, Outback, they've got some work to do still yet in the lower brackets if they want to come back for a championship.
Oh, definitely. EXO still has, I think, 3 games to win if they want to become champions back to back to back to back to back to back to back. How many ever times it is. They've really got to put their work in for the rest of the day. But it's going to be exciting to watch. We've got Orange Juice versus Beef up next in about 7 minutes. So that'll be a great game to watch, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah, so quick break we'll take here, intermission. In the meantime, don't forget the points pool there, the community challenges we've got. Mine already ended successfully, so I'll be dyeing my hair, apparently for VRML Con, color to be determined. Meanwhile, there is a current challenge. Let's see if I can find out what it's at. For Offbeat to shave his head for VRML Con. If the community can pull together 200,000 points in the next day. But,
we are 22% there.
Oh, thanks. Okay. Yeah, mine wasn't refreshing for some reason. Okay, 22%, so we're already making good progress. But in the meantime, we're going to take a quick intermission, and we'll be back with your upper bracket semifinals match in Orange Juice versus Beef coming up next, so stay tuned.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with Beef in the OC region.
Hey guys.
How you guys feeling for finals this weekend?
Yeah, I'm actually feeling great. I'm
Electric,
ready.
bro.
Actually, I can hear it in the voices. So how'd you come up with the name Beef?
On the
On the
spot,
name
bro.
Beef.
On the
Basically-
spot.
I think the
Basically,
name
we made a
speaks for
team
itself.
and
I
we
think.
just loves meat, man. He just loves eating meat.
Wait, we needed a simple name, so we said beef, but like we had to change up a bit, you know. So we put
Yeah,
an
gotta
A
be
in
a
there.
bit different from the others.
We all love eating meat. It's all a common thing.
Yeah, true.
Steak and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, carnivores, you know.
Who are you guys looking forward to competing this week? Like, who you guys like think will be your biggest challenges?
Yeah,
and
no, it's
stuff?
definitely gonna be against EXO and Orange Juice.
top
you know.
two teams, I reckon.
It's tough.
Big
They're
close games.
Good competitors. Good to watch.
And you guys are currently placed what, third or fourth?
Yeah, third.
Yeah, we're
third.
third.
Third. Oh yeah, so there's two teams above you. Are you guys confident that you can take the championship this time?
Oh, 100%.
Yes.
We have to.
Yes.
I
We're too happy if you don't, bro.
You guys been training a lot for finals?
No.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, we have.
Let's make suspenses there.
We have. Swim hasn't, bro. We have.
Yeah.
We've been
But, yeah,
grinding
no,
it.
we've done scrims like almost every day since the season ended. We're ready. We're going. We're going.
And
in.
how long have you guys been together as a roster?
As a roster,
It would have been 9 games, right? Because they're all 10 games?
like all of that, like this whole team together was like about like 9 weeks. Oh, sorry, like 5. But like separately, we've all been teams together, and then we've just created one big team.
From UG to
So-
beef now, yeah.
So we have good chemistry with
Fladdle.
each other,
Fladdle.
100%.
Oh, so you guys all have like sort of origins that mix with each other. So
Yeah.
all familiar with each other. I like it. Alright. Any last words to the people watching?
Good luck.
They're not
Good
playing,
luck
they're
for
watching.
all the other competitors, and
Yeah,
please
last
watch.
season, you know, have fun.
here with Orange Juice. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, I think.
I'm okay.
How are you feeling, guys? Yeah.
How you guys feeling about finals? The
we're just
finals of Echo.
We're just really sad to see this sad game just like go to an end. It's just
Gonna send it off with a good game, good finals.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, how do you guys feel about the closure of Echo? I know it's a sad tone, but
Honestly, we're all pretty like stoked. Like it's kind of like
just
we've
sad.
been on this game for we've been on this game for too long. Like I think it's time to touch grass.
Time to take the headset off.
What is that? How do you spell
You can finally take it off. You're free from the shackles of Echo.
Yeah,
You're no longer in a unit. You're now free.
We all play this game like every day, like every hour, like training, like making sure that new rollouts, like thinking of like new updates, how we can like destroy these like up and coming organizations in our league. And it's just like we've just been trying our hardest, and it seems that like this finals is where we're gonna have to show up and bring our competitiveness.
I agree because like furthermore on that point, like it's just like we're getting really competitive, and it's just getting like harder to play the game. You know, it's like because so many people are getting like better at the game, and it just like makes it.
Especially when they come into a close, they kind of.
Yeah, because some teams are like really starting to like pick up right as the game is dropping off. So like some teams are just getting better, and that just like leads to like the competition getting better.
We're such a big league, obviously. It's just bound to happen.
And like people are just getting better. Pretty much to sum it up.
Yeah.
We are back. We've got another great game about to start. We've got Orange Juice versus Beef. I am still Outback Blaze, but I am now joined with the amazing Zodiac Lord.
Hello. How are we doing on this fine, what is it, Sunday afternoon?
It is. We've got some amazing action-packed games. But it is going to be absolutely great from here on out. We've got Orange Juice versus Beef. The loser of this will be going against Exo Clan in our next game, and the winner of this has secured a spot in the grand finals.
Means they get a bracket reset, I'm pretty sure, just in case.
Yep. So
yeah,
the winner of this goes into grand finals, and if they lose that, they still get a second chance in that bracket reset.
Pesky bracket resets. We know we hate those, but they're necessary.
So this is going to be a very important game for these two teams, and it's really another battle of the titans here with Orange Juice and Beef. I'm pretty sure if I get up the standings that they are 1 and 2. First and third. Oh, that shows you how well I know my own league. But it's still going to be absolutely amazing. These two teams battling it out. We've seen them play a couple times throughout the season, I think. Beef is a bit of a new team, but we've seen Orange Juice take the win against them both times that they've played. So it's really going to come down to this and see how they go with this extra pressure of finals. But it is really going to be a fantastic match.
Especially with these both being just favorite drinks, not favorite drink and a favorite food of mine.
Yeah, we've got your two food groups, your meat and your oranges. So really that battle between how you like your food, wet or hard. That but
but
waiting for them to ready up. They have been sent a message to ready up, so hopefully this game goes underway very shortly.
Yeah, who do you reckon will be the star players of each team? Because talking with them, Fiverr from history is a very good, solid, well-rounded player. He was an excellent striker, excellent goalie. But then you have Liam on Beef, a very mechanically sound player. Even in the older seasons, he was champion then, and then he's just come back, and he's just still a prominent player. So who do you reckon?
There's some absolutely amazing players on both these teams. We've seen amazing things from Rosh. We've seen amazing things from Daisy and Rylo and Paddy. everyone's going to be doing absolutely amazing, and it's really going to come down to the wire in this game. And we're about to see it with the ready up from both teams. Here we go into this first round of Beef versus Orange Juice.
As usual, just we come off. They are both ready up, both ready in the tubes, and we get off. It looks like Orange Juice, though, going to be orange-sided as well, with 5 up with the disc running it downfield as that offense is just trying to get back for the defense, trying to help. That's going to be an early 2-point, though, from Paddy. Right off the bat, only 9 seconds for a goal.
Some amazing offense there from Orange Juice, winning that first joust, getting those passes off, not even giving time for that Beef front stack to get back. It was a 4v2 in that bubble, but here we see Beef with the joust now. Daisy holding on to Ness, drawing out this front stack and getting those passes off. We see pass beyond pass from Beef here. We get passes from everyone as we see Orange Juice try to get that bit of defense going, but Beef are able to just keep it going up the field. Or just a little bit of miss pass. Riley was able to get there first and slap it down to Flood with Liam and Daisy in the bubble. And Daisy with the little dunk into the bottom pocket, scoring 2 points for Beef, making scores even.
Definitely with Beef, having Beef with Orange Juice here. Orange just extending out a branch a bit too far into territory that they did not have. A bit outside their bubble. They will be coming out with a joust though. 5 up going to be sending it to the left. A double stack method pushing upfield, but Goki is all the way down trying to disrupt the stacks on defense. Gets both of them, and 5 up on the offense again is going to go for a mail slot. It's almost going to be digging off the ring, barely bouncing off the backboard. Paddy with the lead back up to 5s. 5s cross to Goki. Goki maybe up to Rosh here for a cut if he can, but it's going to be setting out the goal. Goki going to be sinking in for 2 points, bringing the lead back to Orange Juice's side.
Amazing defense and offense from Orange Juice there. They had that amazing offense with Goki and Rosh in that bubble. Rosh stunning out the goalie, Goki getting that score, but also that amazing defense from 5 up at that midway point, just stopping any attempt to get it past him. Just shows the range of these players. But as we see, we've got Beef still with possession, but just getting stunned out from the backstack. 5 up passing it over to Goki. Goki up to Rosh. Rosh in the bubble duking out, but the save there from Daisy, even with Rosh a meter out from goal. Daisy was still able to get that save off, but there's 5 up in the mid again, but Daisy with a stun out, just waiting for his teammates, getting some passing options, and gets a pass down to Flood. An amazing pass with another pass over to Rilo. Back to Liam, and Liam with another 2 points for Beef. As we see these teams go back and forth with these scores, it's going to be a great game.
They're having it tit for tat. Who is going to get out on top with the last second? As long as it stays even, no threes are going to be allowed here. But the defenses may slip here and there, which is going to be crucial for either team to push through and get those 3-pointers. As we come through with Goki passing back, trying to bait out that extra person, trying to bait out that extra stack, sending it back straight back to Goki. They're just walking up, gaining that territory that they desperately need to push. And it's going to be a pass back to 5s. 5s is going to dance it around up to Paddy. Paddy on the floor. Going to pass it up maybe for a rush cut. But no, he's going to sink it in with a stunned out Dazzy in goals.
We've seen these amazing plays from Orange Juice when they get in the bubble. You see the cut option is there. The passes are there. But really, they're just a distraction as we see that person with the disc keeps just driving it in and getting that score off. But we've got Beef back with possession, getting their passes off, getting their stacks together. And we see the stacks in here from Orange Juice able to stun out that attacker and get the clear down. And they've still got the stacks there. Paddy bouncing it down off the floor to Rosh. Rosh one-on-one with the goalie as the goalie sinks too low. And Rosh was able to get that score in, getting that lead for Orange Juice.
They do have double the points, but there's still plenty of time on the clock. 5 minutes 40. They're going to have to come out of the tubes faster if they're looking to try and break their momentum early, as if you break it early, you can shift a tide of battle like they are doing with Dazzy again on the QB. Looking for opportunities here. Going to pass back and forth again with Rilo. Rilo passing up to Liam. Liam maybe back to Dazzy. No, he's going to pass down to Flood. Flood just walking up, but that stack may be coming in hot in a moment. No, they broke off for a second. He's going to be passing cross though to Rylo. Rylo going to hold the disc, setting it up top to the top with Liam dancing around on the roof. Bit upside down here, passing cross, and no, he's going to take it in for himself to solo it. 5 minutes on the clock, 8-6.
Looks like Beef has just come back and did exactly what Orange Juice have been doing to them, getting those pass options, but still going in with that goal. Amazing play from Beef there.
Absolutely, as 5up is on the QB, he's going to be passing cross down. It's a nice bounce though, but it's not going to be received by anyone except that forward stack coming through to try and intercept, but that forward stack on Beef's side is not going to be able to capitalize on it, but Rylo will be there for the recovery, passing across the Flood. It is a 2-on-4 as they do come forward, a 3-on-4 as we come back for a reset. Cross to Dazzy with now all the players being up the orange end of the field, passing cross to Rylo. Rylo is going to try and push it up across to Liam on the wall, dancing around, not letting them get anywhere near their goal with the defense from Orange Juice, but Rylo seems to have pincered it. Going to be dancing around. It's going to be a scuffle for the disc with Rylo. Rylo's trying to go on it, but Goki for the defense is going to be huge there, and it's going to be ending up in mid.
My God, the defense and the offense from both teams there with a bit of a scuffle between that goal and backboard. They didn't have a chance. Oh my God, but Flood with an amazing shot there off the backboard just inside the bubble. The goalie was not ready for it, was not ready for him to take that shot, and Flood capitalized on that.
Capitalized indeed as he put a Flood into the goal, bringing this to an even game. 3 minutes 30 on the clock as they come out of the gates here. 5up again on the QB. He's going to be passing left to Paddy. Paddy going to hold the disc, wait for that forward stack with Flood and Rylo. Try and put pressure on. And they are going to take that bait as 5up is going to receive the disc, passing it downfield. It's going to be bouncing along the wall with no one, and it's going to be ending up loose with Flood and Rylo again going to receive the disc, getting what they wanted, and they're going to be taking a long shot just outside of bubble, 9 meters, 19 seconds for a goal, 8-11.
Oh my God. Beef is keeping this pressure on with all odds against them. We've had that prediction go earlier, and it was Orange Juice. 99% of people voted for Orange Juice to win this match, but Beef is putting in that effort, going to stay in this game. But we see Orange Juice taking control on the floor here, getting pressured, but they just back it out a bit. Just a missed pass there, but 5up with all the time in the world, being able to recover and get that. There's that stack on him, but the stack pushes, and they get there in time and get to the disc as well, as they were able to get that clear out. That front stack really putting the pressure onto Orange Juice and their players, but we wait to see as Beef gets his passes off. Oh my God, couldn't even see what happened there with those passes. If he did pass it or just
Rylo to Liam, it just went everywhere. It's by the book, man.
Just went through those two defenders in the goal and just was able to dunk it in on the opposite side of the goal. What a dunk from Flood there.
Especially as we do see 5up coming out of the gate trying to put that momentum back onto their side though, as they are pushing back, and they're pushing back fast with Goki and Fives on the right side, passing across to Paddy. Paddy taking a one-on-one with Dazzy, but Dazzy in goals. Paddy going to try and bounce off the roof here, but Rylo is on his tail. Goki going to try and maybe take a one-on-one with goalie here, but he's going to be stopped by Rylo, and Flood playing that defense game strong. They're going to swarm any attackers coming in, but that stack from Orange Juice is going to be crucial, but so is the stack from Beef coming through, as they're going to have a 4-on-2 in goal. That offensive stack not getting there just in time, but they do get a 2. 8-15.
I'm sounding like a broken record, but these honestly matches of Titan v Titan, and it's just, you can really see it in those plays where they go for shots, get saved, they get it back, shot, save, and it's just going over and over and over. But Beef has been able to keep control and get those points on the board, as we see that they're getting it down into Orange Juice's side, and even the one person there trying to make a difference, but Paddy gets that pass over to Goki. Goki's still pressured, but still getting that pass over to open 5up, maybe taking a shot on goal, but just missing there, with Liam able to recover and get that pass down to Daisy. Daisy with the clear, and we see people trying to leech off everyone, and Paddy was able to get there first with 30 seconds left. There is no time for Orange Juice to come back this round, but trying to get a score on the board, maybe getting the momentum for the next round as Rosh passes it over to Goki. Goki going for the shot, but Daisy saying no and getting that last second save and the clear all the way downfield with 7 seconds left. Orange Juice trying to make up something here as they get the clear all the way downfield, but it is no more points for them, with Beef getting that round win.
That's surprising coming from a third to first. We do see the history though that Beef was beaten by Orange Juice a couple times, but that does not matter here in finals as it is for all the marbles. Don't you agree? It is like nutty to see.
100%. I think Punda said it in chat. I smell season 5 repeat. As we see that I wouldn't call Beef that much of an underdog because everyone is so close here, but technically the underdog there coming out in front, getting those round wins, and yeah, maybe going for the win this season. So let's see how we go. But Orange Juice has got to be feeling the pressure after that round.
Definitely, they are the number one on the board. They have to be feeling the pressure. They have to come out of the tubes fast again, so this round 2 neutral is going to be difficult to see. What do you reckon they did wrong in round 1 though? They like stumbled right at the end.
Well, we're just seeing amazing defense from both of these teams. Like Daisy being that brick wall to get through, was able to save that many shots on goal. He got 3 saves, and I'm pretty sure most of them happened within a couple seconds of each other. They were not letting that disc go through, and Orange Juice could not make that difference there and get those points in. But we're going into round 2 and see what they can do here.
Bit of a shift from round 1 though, as we do have Beef on the offensive now with a early goal. Bit of a mirror image now. Sinking it in for 2 points. Quite a fast goal, 5 seconds.
Yeah, that
as well.
Yeah, that amazing headbutt off that initial joust. Flood putting himself in the right position and just waiting for the disc to come to him. But we do have a pause here. It was from Orange Juice here, trying to regroup and regather here. We did get someone drop as well, but they could be good for Orange Juice getting that bit of a break there and hopefully having some time to recuperate.
As always, Favor had a little bit of problems here, but we do see Beef just chilling in around the disc, but we do have as well Orange Juice just trying to, as they did pause for the technical pause, they can take as long as they need with that time limit.
I'm just going to let you keep casting because my headset's about to die.
I plugged mine in, if you couldn't tell. We're chilling as they're just dancing around the disc, talking to each other, maybe seeing what they can do with the disc up the opponent end. If they can even get up there fast enough, I would see maybe a reverse stack coming through, but that is quite risky, especially coming from Beef, as if they don't get back fast enough, Orange Juice could definitely take advantage of that. The 2-on-4, especially with the offense of Orange Juice's side, with Goki and Rosh known to be living in bubbles. It's huge. Yeah.
Okay, we're plugged in. We're good.
We're good. We're chilling.
We are
charging.
But Orange Juice now has their 5 back in the arena, so hopefully this pause won't be going on too long. Or they might be using their time wisely, as we see Paddy and Liam playing rock, paper, scissors. I'm not sure how wise the time is being spent, but we love to see
time well spent. I think it's time well spent.
Well, we'd like to see some friendly competition even outside of the rounds. But we'll see how Orange Juice goes after they get this pause off and hopefully bring it back. We would love to see a round 3 between these two teams.
Especially with Flood just floating around making himself motion sick. I know when I do that, I get a little bit motion. That's always a little bit fun, just to chill in between rounds, but they still have a little bit of time left. Still to wait.
Haven't seen anyone do the Macarena yet.
Saw it yesterday. Well, I saw it yesterday with LEC. Which is great.
Oh, we love to see it. But with 2.5 minutes on this pause, they've still got their time. They can take up to 5 minutes here, but we'll see how they go.
It's a technical pause. They can take up to 5. We do see a Beyblade coming through with Rilo and Flood. The duo on the same wavelength as always.
Oh, we love to see it. You can tell with Beef, they've just got this chemistry. You see it from all parts of the game. They've just got the chemistry and they just play so well together. We just love to see it.
We do see an on-pause coming through as they are getting to ready up in the tubes here. 5 up again, ready to hopefully QB and not miss it this time with a DC. Beef on the offensive though, probably going to try and stack down as fast as they can. 5 up with the disc. That offensive stack's coming in fast. He's going to barely dodge it. Quite a fast stack coming through with Goki going to dodge it as well. They seem to be stunning out everybody. Back to Goki with that immunity right there from just coming out of stun. All the way back to 5 up for a quick reset. Splitting up that stack of Rilo and Flood. Sending it all the way down into the tubes with Goki. Going to be walking it up along the walls here. As they are going to try and cut off any wires to try and pass. Pass and cross though to 5. So a quick reset.
And that's what I've been saying with Beef, that they've got that chemistry. They get those stacks together and you can see them flying across the arena. We've just got a miss pass there from Orange Juice. Rilo are able to make some moves but gets it back over to 5 up, and Goki takes control on the bow tie. Trying to walk up, you see Flood blocking his way there, trying to put some pressure on, and the pass goes back to 5 up. 5 up just waiting for his chance.
That bubble, man, it's just a hard thing to pierce coming through. But Flood, it's going to be pushing out, leaving that hole for Goki to slip through to sink it in for 2 points. Bring this back to an even game. It took a minute to get it, but well worth putting him on the board.
We've seen that pause may come in helpful for Orange Juice, trying to get their momentum back in this game, but with Beef on the attack here, anything could happen, as we see Daisy with the disc, waiting for some bit of defense to try and come at him, but he's just slow walking up. He's got the stack with Liam there. He gets the pass down to Rilo. Oh, it's just a misbounce off it. It's a misbounce from everyone, and Daisy's able to pick it up one-on-one in goal and gets that slam dunk.
A clean slam dunk right past Goki's head, unable to get in those grubby mitts of his, but good dunk though from Dazzy. They will have to set up in the tubes here if they are looking to try and be a fast retaliation here from Orange Juice. Orange Juice are trying to push down here. Again, with 5 up being the known juker of this stack coming in with Rilo and Flood. As duo, they have quite a formidable stack if I do say so myself, but Goki going to be trying to taunt them out a little bit. It's just going to be back and forth between the three, but the capitalization coming in with Flood. Flood and Rilo are going to be taking that in for 2 points. 2 to 6. 4-point lead.
Amazing. That front stack from Flood and Rilo, they're zooming across, even if they're not actually getting to that player in time, not getting that intercept, not getting that stun, they're still putting that pressure on, and it showed with that missed pass that they were able to keep their stack together, get down there, and put another goal on the board for them as they avoid getting stunned out again. Goki with the disc, stunning out Liam, going for the shot on goal, but just getting stunned out the worst time. Daisy was able to pick it up and get a clear all the way downfield. 5 ups there, but not in the right spot, as Beef able to pick it up again, just missing that backboard there, and was able to get that shot off. Oh, just a missed pass from Flood there, trying to get in on that guy going way too fast. But their stacks are still there, and we're able to pick it up before Orange Juice. The control from Beef here is absolutely insane. Really just playing keep it off at this point, and they're doing it well.
Especially with Rilo and Flood being the duo that we see, and they are sinking it in for 2 more points, this time assisted by Liam. But Rilo being that absolute good of a striker here. Rilo with 2 points, but Flood, the duo that they have been working with, 13. 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see what they do with it. They have to break momentum here if they have to make a comeback, and if they want to see round 3.
We are really loving seeing these games. We coming into this thinking that Orange Juice have got this. They're number one. They've played extremely well throughout the season. But Beef has been putting on that pressure that I don't think Orange Juice expect. And Orange Juice is really getting the results for it with Daisy with that save. Oh, but it just going into back into Goki's hands. Getting 2 points on the board for Orange Juice. They've still got to make that comeback, but with 5 minutes left, anything can happen.
Anything can happen, but Orange is looking to make it their way, as they do want to take the second round if they want to make third. Coming through out of the tubes though, Dazzy again with the disc, gonna be juking it right and barely missing Goki. A double stack from Paddy and Rosh, trying to cut their lines off and try and stop them from pushing upfield. As they come through, Riley's gonna be sending it down though to Dazzy and Liam. Again with a different stack though, passing across to Liam. Liam again in the bubble is gonna be bouncing it off the top of the ring for 2 points. 4-10.
Amazing control by Daisy there. He had that player on him. That player knew where he was going to pass to and was just getting in the way, but Daisy was able to take it slow, keep control, get that pass off, and get Liam to get another 2 points for the team. Now with the scores 10-4, Orange Juice have really got to put in this work.
And put in the work they will if they want to try and stay in, as we do have Rosh with the disc, juking out all 4 of them, sending it downfield. It's going to be a bit of a panic though, but Liam's going to be holding the disc, sending it to the right, almost intercepted by Rosh, as it's going to be ending up bouncing free for a second until it's picked it up by 5s. 5 up the back line, it's going to be holding it past the cross though to Rosh. Rosh going to be trying taking it slow, but Liam is going to be dancing around with the disc for a second as he has no momentum in any direction, but Rosh is just going to be bring it up in the trap, just stalling for a second to get his team downfield. But Goki with the anchor is just going to be holding that disc, sending it downfield with that triple stack. No one's going to be able to grab it though. Liam may have his mitts on it, but no. Paddy will get slapped downfield across the 5s, but 5 up is going to be stopped, passing across to Liam. Liam on that defense though is going to be waiting for that offense to push him so he can pass downfield and get the numbers advantage. Passing down across side to Rilo. Rilo maybe trying to look for a pass opportunity here. Maybe to Liam here, or may have to reset to anyone he can.
There was some real good positioning there from Liam. He had trust in his teammates and got into a position, not even to cover anyone, but was just in a position just to get that pass off, knowing his teammates were going to get there. And that's just what we absolutely love to see. And that pass over to Rilo in middle of bubble scores another 2 points for Beef.
That was huge with that double cut coming in right there.
They had 2 pass options and they used them, getting it over to Rilo with the speed in and just amazing passes. And Orange Juice are on the attack, getting these passes off, getting it all the way downfield to Goki as quickly as possible. He's got that pass option, but that does get stunned out, but he blocks goal for Goki to get that 2 points, that necessary 2 points for Orange Juice to stay in this.
Yeah, they need 2 3s in a minute each. Try and stay in this game here. But Beef are looking to shut that down as quickly as they can have it pop up. And they're coming out of the tubes quick here. Again with Dazzy on the QB is waiting for that offensive to push, as they do need to push as fast as they can. Paddy on the joust with his teammate. But Goki and 5 up on the defense just as well, sending it all the way downfield. Maybe going to be picked up by Rosh here. Rosh in the trench, waiting for Paddy to get in position here. Maybe a pass up, but he may have to take it all by himself. Going to live in bubble here, but Paddy with immortality for a second. He's going to be yoinked out of his hands by Dazzy. Going to be ending up in the tunnel with the hands of Rilo and Flood, the dynamic duo here. But all 4 players are downfield. Well, it's going to be a 3-on-2 here. Paddy's going to be sending it to the right. Intercepted though by Rilo. Rilo's going to be stopped off by Goki. Goki going to hold the disc, waiting for an opportunity here. Pass across the 5s. 5 maybe trying to get it downfield. Maybe going for a 3 here if he can. Going to be bouncing off a little bit short though. Pass off to Dazzy. Dazzy going to pass across to Rilo. Rilo up to Bowtie with Liam. Liam's going to hold it, pass across to Dazzy for a reset.
Beef really know what they're doing here. They're drawing out those defenders. They're drawing out the attackers. They're trying to use as much time as possible. They've just got that accidental miss shot there, but the pass is over in bubble, and the score there from Flood, real close, right in the defenders' faces, gets that dunk in. What a round from Beef.
especially what a match as well, as we do see a win coming through with no mathematical time, sadly. But we do have 5 up. Trying to chill out for the last few moments, not let them get any glory points here. Hattie trying to juke out Rilo here. Gonna be stunned out though. Rilo and Flood again playing that dynamic game. Bit of a bounce off the wall.
Might have had a bit of tracking issues there from Riley, or he's just tried to waste time, which is good on him. But Orange Juice are keeping control in these last final moments. But Rilo getting that intercept, the pass over to Daisy, maybe going for another score with that last second, but the save from Paddy leaves the score 14-6 for the second round of this game, putting Beef straight into that grand final and knocking down Orange Juice to face off of ExoClan in that loser bracket grand final.
It'll be interesting to see Orange Juice versus Exo, definitely. They're both orange logo teams.
But it's going to be a great game. The next game, Orange Juice versus ExoClan, will be a best of 5. So they're going to have to win 3 rounds before they can pass on into that grand final. So it's really going to be a fight in the next game. And I'm very excited to see it. Well done by Beef, really putting in that work. It's really amazing to see from these teams. And I'm, again, sounding like a broken record, but these games are just Titan v Titan. Every single one, no matter the win, no matter the loss, these teams are absolutely amazing. And it's really excited to see.
Definitely. As obvious with the first round, they found the momentum and they just ran with it. Even in the second round, they shut any momentum down quite quickly from Orange Juice trying to come back, but they just stopped it. But the half courts, there was none there, but there was that 1-3, I think, in the first round that went off quite well. And it just tried to change momentum, just didn't work.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm trying to submit the poll results, but it's not letting me.
It's like, give us our points. Like, give us a second.
Here we go. And
there you go.
Points
you
are
point hungry
Beef.
gremlins. They're point hungry, man. They just want the points. That's all they want.
Ali CW putting in 200 channel points for Beef and winning 25k. Wow.
Oh my god. That is so many. I have only, how many do I have? I only have like 12k. 12k.
I've only got 3k. I lost all of my points yesterday.
What did you bet on?
I think I bet on the winning team, but I still lost my points somehow.
That's what it is.
Anyway. Well, we've got another game coming up in 15 minutes, which will be Orange Juice versus EXO. So stick around and wait for that game. It's going to be amazing. Don't go anywhere.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Hey, chat.
Yes.
Easy going right there. Looking at one more to go.
VR wear. Our passion is for the future.
Hello, hello, hello. I am back, but this time I am joined by Palador.
Well, that's me. Welcome back, everybody. Yeah, it's VRML, our finals here tonight. This is day 2 for OCE. And champions to be crowned soon enough. But first, to get there, we have to get through the lower bracket. And causing quite a racket, indeed, is EXO Clan, able to close it out versus Villains in our first match of the stream. They'll be coming against the Orange team in Orange Juice, led here by Rosh, a former member of EXO Clan from last season, but coming in now, the team of his own, who, well, in the entirety of Season 7, Zodiac, this Orange Juice team, they had only lost 1 game in the regular season. They're coming off a loss there in the upper brackets, and now they find themselves here having to fight one more time just to stay alive for that potential championship.
And they have to do it again against Beef twice, because that bracket reset is going to be pesky up there. They do make it through here. Also fight uphill.
And not just Beef either, right? Beef who sent them here, but also EXO Clan who, again, they have a bunch of champions on their team. You know, whether it's as EXO or Leviathan, I mean, this is This is a tough task for Orange Juice if they want to have success here in the final day of VRML for OCE.
Definitely, as we come through, we do see a ready up coming in from Orange Juice and EXO. Seem to be raring up and ready to go. They want to see if they can settle it and get some beef with beef here. Coming through in the neutral joust. Let's see who comes out on top.
All right, and hello to Rilo and Not James. Noticed! And notice this, it's the first launch coming out here from the neutral position. And maybe a quick goal. Look at that retrieval, and there it goes. Soggy butting snags, up and then under.
EXO be looking to try and push back, maybe pull the same thing as they did last season, coming from the losers bracket all the way back up.
They've done it before, for sure. This that was kind of the theme of the EXO versus Villain match as well. Just saying how even when Villain was in control at multiple junctures, this team in EXO, they've done it season after season where they just pull out all the stops and impress in these clutch time situations. They do get the first couple of points, but here goes Orange Juice now on their first attempt here at some points.
Yeah, especially with 5UP dancing around on that bow tie, being a dapper guy, chilling around, waiting for his team to get into position here. Paddy is on the ramp, waiting for any passing opportunities here as we look for a pass cross to Goki. Goki maybe trying to take it up into goal. A nice top pocket. Goki doing a little bit of a dance there to celebrate.
Yeah, some early mental games being played, and that could be mental games in terms of boosting your team's energy, or just to tilt the other team a little bit. Maybe a mix of both. But either way, definitely in these big match situations, having that energy is super important. The energetic comms, the positive attitudes, and getting really hyped for your teammates, it helps. And oftentimes, it will affect the opposite team in a negative manner, although we know the mental fortitude here of this team as a good attempt at the windmill, but what a stop there off the dive. Will be retrieved and sent out by EXO Clan, and off to the races. Mighty close to that goalpost.
Mighty close indeed, as Silver is going to go up solo against 3 with Rosh and Goki stunning him out. Goki on the disc, going to be setting it back for that reset with Fives and Rosh, and that stack is going to be sending it to the right side, sending it downfield as fast as they can, trying to outpace them. Going for a 3, going to be doing it off the ring, barely missing it, going to be ending up in the hands of Punda. Punda clearing it through mid, a nice clear pass all the way into the opposing bubble with Silver there, but it's going to be stopped, and Soggy going to pick it up just as well. Saying if you can't do it, I'll pick it up for you, man, don't worry.
They got it right in time, too. There was a lot of defenders that managed to get their way back in a quick succession, but still got the grab, got the couple of points. Again, high-pressure situations here, no doubts, not just from the players, but even from the casting side of things. I can't help but feel the nerves on behalf of these players sometimes. As this launch now, after a couple ricochets, will be easy does it and steady in the midfield, resetting to 5UP.
Especially with the ricochets, as you said, they need plans upon plans. If plans go wrong, you need more plans. Coming through though, Goki's going to hold that disc on top of Ghost, cross to Paddy. Paddy drinking off shield, going to be passing cross a stunned out Silver. Thanks to Goki.
Yeah, and Rosh definitely knows anytime Silver is in the goal, it's going to be bad news. So Rosh is playing interference on Silver Ridge, and just enough to enable the shot to tie it up for their team. So nicely done by Orange Juice, offered a bit of that rebuttal. And yeah, well, I mean, well familiar with Silver, obviously, again, being former member of that roster. And of course, then again, in OCE, everyone really knows each other quite well. But nonetheless, here we are, tied up 4 minutes in.
Yep, not much time on the clock, though, taken, but there still is plenty to go as we do come through with Shredder, the new face on EXO Clan, probably swapping out Rush here. We do not see Gish at the moment, which is a bit interesting to see, but they may be saving him for a die situation. 5UP in the goal is going to be pressured though by Shredder, the new face, coming through with Soggy. Soggy maybe going to take that 3 here with a 3-on-1 and goal. Shredder taking that 2, making himself known to be a threat just as well.
Yeah, that was just some cruel intentions there for EXO Clan. Really, the goalkeeper at the mercy on that 3-on-1. Very difficult to stop those in most situations. The Stacks just not able to get back. But with that, a 2-point lead. And pouncing on the disc there will snag it right back for them. Silver Ridge to the midfield. Some congestion in mid lane. Rosh, a nice fling backwards. But still, yet the defensive stack is there. Well, just beyond their reach. But was able to collect it eventually. And now we'll eject it to the midfield where, once again, possession changes. Neither team holding onto that disc for all too long. Gaki trying to change that with a nifty pass, some crafty moves, and it will result in the goal. Patty 22 with the 2, and it's tied again.
Yeah, both these teams having a bit of a tic-tac game, seeing if you can get that little bit of an edge. Whoever has that hole in their armor, that 3 will be crucial, as they both want that 3. You can see them trying to set themselves up for it, but neither team is going to be able to get it. Bit of a fade coming out here with one stack coming out of the bubble and out of the tubes as they are going downfield. Punda holding the disc, waiting for his team to get downfield. Shredder going to pass across the Silver. Silver, a bit of a cut pass, but it's going to be dinging off the ring. Not going to be ending up in the hands of anyone that they know, except Soggy going to try and dive for it, but Punda just as well, heading it back into his past half. It's going to be a bit interesting to see there, but that offensive coming through with Orange Juice and Rosh taking full advantage of that back pass all the way into their half.
And a lot of body language there. Celebrations, pointing, dancing, and whatnot. Again, they're propping their own team up while also trying to discourage the enemy a little bit. And right now, EXO is indeed the enemy to Orange Juice. Is EXO Clan now just trying to maybe loosen up a little bit and wipe off that last set of plays, but instead they do lose the disc again. This could be some back-to-back scores, but no, wow, the denial coming in from Shredder, right back to 5 up, but couldn't hit the pass. Some missed connections, some good defense now. Can they turn it into offense and capitalize maybe on an open goal here? Will be covered up quickly, and some hands all up in the way. And one more to the 3. Whoa! Oh, a 2-point shot. I like the intent, though, as they tie it up again, recognizing the open man on the pass there from Barrier.
Yeah, as I said before, they are looking for that 3, looking for that opportunity, as that gap was almost shown in the armor. Setting up for stack, though. 5 up looks like to be taking the disc through here. If you look closely, 5 up with the disc is going to be sending it to the mid area with Patty. Patty taking out that stack, but that back stack for the defense is going to be huge here, bouncing off the trench here, almost going into goals, but going to be a bit loose here with Shredder picking it up, going to maybe send it down though with 5 up picking it up, getting in the way of Punda, bouncing off the top of mid in the side of Trap on their side, but Goki's going to be getting picked up and picked off by Soggy Burning Stag, going to be ending up in the hands of Silver in goals, diving out to grab it, sending all the way through the tunnel with a clean clear into the bubble of Orange Juice.
And another nice setup there on an open goal. We've seen that a couple of times, and there it goes. 2-point lead now going the way of EXO Clan, so they are firing back at Orange Juice, who were able to get ahead a little bit early, but you know, EXO Clan, the repeat of history perhaps, as we've seen not only tonight, but in seasons past. It's up to Orange Juice now to hunker down and rebound from that play as we enter these final 2 minutes of everything being clutch, because it is win or go home, and the last day of the last season of VRML in Echo Arena.
That doesn't mean it's over. There's plenty still going on, as these guys are still having plenty of going on in the arena right now. There is VRMLCon, there is all these other stuff happening, but these guys do not care, as this is Oceania at the moment. Goki is setting it downfield. It's going to be getting close to Rosh, but Rosh is going to see only the back of the net here with 2 on the board for Orange Juice, tying it up with roughly a minute left on the clock. 2 minutes now on the clock.
And definitely getting some vibes now, similar to the opening match there, EXO Clan versus Villain. It was very similar, where both teams just trading ties, trading leads back and forth, and it led to an overtime. Approaching a similar scenario now, perhaps. Oh, almost a miscue there. It still might be just yet, as the bounce is unable to wrangle that disc initially, and a good back tap there to 5 up coming in as 5's able to get that clear. The stack's already off to the races. That goal is open, and the deal is closed. 13-10 with 90 seconds remaining. Advantage, Orange Juice.
Orange Juice do have the advantage here, as they do have a strong defense. But as we said, EXO do have the strong offense coming through here, as they are knowing to push through Rosh quite quickly. But Rosh does have the advantage of knowing all the strats. He is rolling out all the stocks to try and get inside EXO's head here, as they are juking around, trying to hold that on. But going for the 3 is going to be barely missing it. Going to be ending up in the hands of Punda. Punda tying it up. Maybe taking us to an OT round 1 here.
A little bit of miscue there maybe from Orange Juice, but to the advantage of EXO Clan. Leaving that 3 exposed, and they missed the first one, and I thought surely that would be it. Not too often you get 2 opportunities at an open 3-point shot, but in that case, Orange Juice giving up that extra point now might be facing an overtime as a result, unless they can play it carefully and execute well here in this final possession for them offensively. Score here should put them ahead for the win in round 1. You know, the nerves now all-time high as they go approaching from the ceiling, and my goodness, is that appealing to Orange Juice. I guess pun very much intended. It is going to be done by Rosh.
Rosh absolutely clutching it up for Orange Juice in this situation, bring them a 2-point lead to the round end of round 1. Seeing the advantage and goals through here is going to be huge. Just the momentum set up.
A stunning ending though to that one. Again, in those situations, the execution really has to be perfect, and fortunately for Orange Juice, it really, really was. Not a lot of room for error on that at all, or time on the clock for that matter, but boy, did they make the most out of that to capture that last second goal, the last goal of the round. I mean, it was looking like overtime was going to be likely there, but you know, Ross just had other ideas in mind, and why not? Make it easier on yourselves. Don't go to those OTs, even higher pressure.
Yeah, he's looking at all the strategies he has in his head, and he's just mixing it up, throwing some juice in there, throwing some berries, seeing what happens. But let's see how EXO responds round 2. It's going to be a decent one to see if they wanted to end it round 2, or they may just take it easy round 2, just take it round 3. Even then, they may not want to, as this is a 5-round match.
Yeah, but worth noting, of course, this is the lower bracket finals, so everything from here on out is going to be best of 5. So it's not just about the minor temporary victories of round to round. It's about the entire scope of the battle. So we see this play out every single season across all 3 regions, where of course the rounds matter, but what also matters is pace and conservation of energy to large degrees. So you know, being able to be consistent across a full 5-round series. You know, in the case of EXO, for instance, or Orange Juice, whoever, you know, going through the lower brackets, they still have to go up and win twice in 2 different sets in the uppers. So it's all about that battle of attrition here between any team.
Endurance, man. The stamina is all that matters here in this situation, as Orange Juice are known to have great health effects, but they are looking to use that to their full advantage here, as they are trying to dive through it with 5-up, trying to take advantage and send it downfield to anybody he can. But Pun, they're going to be shutting that down early, sending it all the way into the trench, getting it close to goal, getting quite close with Soggy, going to pick it up and sink it in for him. 2 points on the board, EXO's favor.
Oh, there you go. And you know, if I were Soggy in that situation, or if I were anyone at EXO, I'd be giving some of that energy back too. I just, you know, put the shot in. Yeah, it was a simple layup effectively, but I want to kind of see that energy as well, that body language.
As we come through with a pass through to the right to what looks like to be Goki across the Rosh, but Rosh is taking that early 3, making this quite an uneven game, as it's only going to be that point difference back and forth now if EXO replies with the 2.
Yeah, big shot by Rosh, very calmly on that open goal. Sunk it and then just turned around, walked away, kind of like a hero, walking away from an explosion type of moment, but definitely the type of gameplay and shot-making ability that you expect to see from Rosh. All the meanwhile, there's Gaki with the interception. Nice triple stack there, 3-man stack, able to get back on the offense, but they just hand it right back into Soggy Bunning Snag's arms, and some back and forth possession exchanges with some briefly open goals, but no one really hanging on for too long here.
Yeah, especially with Soggy not wanting to hold a snag there. It's going to be sending it across to Paddy. Paddy's going to hold that disc. It's going to be stacked out and stunned out by the stack coming through, with Thunder leading that charge through, with Goki picking up, sending it right the way through mid, with 5-up being the only one there. Maybe take that 3 again, tying it up for an even game, but taking that 4-point advantage over EXO. Trying to take those 2 rounds over EXO is going to be huge here. But EXO probably looking to shut it down.
Even for a team like EXO, who have come out of the depths of rock bottom at times, just to surprise and stun and then win at the end, coming back and trying to reverse sweep on a 5-round series, it would be a very, very difficult thing. And those open 3s, those are very, very difficult things to witness if you're the defense who's allowing them to go in. Just definitely back-breaking, momentum-breaking plays oftentimes. especially when you see that happen a couple times in a row like we have. So need to really watch out for those shots and get some of your own now, but a lot of juice behind that pass and not able to convert on anything, unfortunately.
Especially not. It is so morale crushing seeing any passes that are missed, but EXO are going to take that and try and roll on with it. But Orange is looking to capitalize any opportunity that they can. Paddy's going to be juking off that wall, trying to get it off that clock. Going to be picked up there from Goki. Goki going to try and juke it into bubble with those 2 defenders in goal, not able to catch it. 8-2, 6-point lead.
Yeah, really putting on some offensive fireworks at the moment. And will be a timeout, and there is, if nothing else, the experience that you expect to see from teams like EXO Clan who've been there. These are the kind of teams who do things like that. They recognize when they do need to take those timeouts. They do need to take those moments. When they do need to back to the barrier for the 3 instead of the 2 like we saw earlier, at least the attempt, right? Just those little things that we have been talking about throughout the stream and earlier on as well, where just you expect to see that kind of recognition and that kind of calm demeanor, I suppose, coming in from EXO Clan here. Compared to Orange Juice, who after every goal, like I said, we're seeing them jump out of the gym practically with their celebrations.
Good celebration. But EXO's obviously taking a breather real quick, just trying to center themselves, trying to break that momentum. But Orange Juice, as you can see, are just stacking back and forth, trying to keep that momentum rolling. Starting out Silver, moving out a bit, just trying to rack them a bit, try and just shake them up. It's going to be huge if they can get inside their heads, get inside their mental, live rent-free. At the same time, EXO trying to stay cool, calm, collected, try and get those points back. That's all they can really do. It's a battle of endurance here.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the theme of these streams for sure. And now the EXO squad funneling back into their spawn zone to discuss some strats of their own. And, again, little things. So yeah, while on one hand, one squad hanging around the map perhaps and discussing some of their launch strategies and where they want to position for the next plays. On the other hand, you also see the other squad, well, now doing a little bit of the dancing, doing the practice boost earlier on though. And just even maximizing your timeouts basically is a thing. In this case, they maximize it through the form of dance.
Form of morale boost, if you would.
Exactly. Yeah, sometimes with these teams, I see there are certain players over the years where they go so hard into the timeout dancing and celebrations, just to kind of cheese for the cameras a little bit. But sometimes in these finals, some of them, they get so ham with it. I'm worried they're going to waste all their energy and they're going to be tired out by the time the timeout's over because they spent 5 minutes dancing. But then again, it's a game of game of chess, and sometimes the move is, keeping the energy alive, I guess, in yourself and your teammates.
Yeah, we do see a Gish in chat saying that they need him, but we may see a pause still sustaining unless they get him in. But
yeah, Gish wasn't.
We see an unpause.
Gish wasn't in the first match we saw either, so definitely one of those notable absences. A player who's been again champions with this roster, this team, over the seasons, and has had his extreme share of success with the rest of them. But noticeable absence for sure. But good to see Gish either way, whether in the arena or in the chat. And that said, we're back into the game. Timeout is over. Let's see what the plan is now for EXO Clan on this launch. You can already see that patience at play.
Yeah, especially as they are juking it downfield, and my spark seems to be killing itself, so give me a second.
All right, well, now trying to keep the spark alive, it's Gaki, and they will thrive 10-2. So unfortunately for EXO Clan, spent the last couple minutes there in the spawn zone trying to prep for their next joust, their next launch. But then when it came to the execution, you saw that the pass from one corner trap to the other, just not a lot of strong or easy lines of sight, so they turned it over based off that, and where unfortunately they lost disc into a 3, followed by another here. It is 13-2. Rush now. Some combustion coming in from Orange Juice. Cleanup on aisle 3. With that, it's 15 points for Rosh. He's just going absolutely crazy at the moment with the offense. And I'm sure to the detriment of EXO Clan, just they're being driven crazy just watching those 3s go in.
Morale must be low.
All the same here. Trying to keep that spark alive, and it sounds like you are as well back into the game. So welcome back, Zodiac. And that is, oh, killer! But right back into 5-up, and we'll go in after all.
Yeah, that 2 is going to be detrimental for Exo to try and push back, especially for Orange Juice. That may just kill momentum, just getting through that goal. Could be just morale crushing, just riding that high to be shut down like that. Could be huge here, but we do have 5-up. Waiting for that stack to come in. It's going to be stopping as Punda and Shredder are on that bow tie. But that's a huge stop from Silver in that back and being that hold, being that anchor that everyone needs here. Trying to leech off Paddy, but not going to be able to grab it as Goki is holding this, juking out Shredder. A nice juke just below his legs. Going to be stacked though too by Punda and Soggy, setting it up top though to Shredder. Shredder looking for a opportunity for a 3 here. Going to be stopped though by Goki.
Oh, but great grab coming in from Silver. Silvage, oh, the handoff. I love it. What recognition from Silver. Just defense draped all over him like a clothesline, and yet was still able to find the casual handoff to Shredder, who was cutting in for the easy deuce. That was really nice from Silver, and a good cut again from Shredder.
Yeah, we do have 5-up again with the QB, sending it almost through the tunnel, but it's going to be stopped though by mid. Being a great geo block real quick, sending it up into the bubble end of Exo. The stack is coming through hot though. The pressure on Soggy is going to be huge. With the 4, the stack is going to be leaving one behind though, just in case. There's going to be a bit of a leech from Paddy coming through here, as it is a 3-on-3. 4-on-3 now, as they are going to be trying to swarm on the goal. Shredder's not going to be able to grab it. It's going to be picked up though by Paddy. Paddy's going to try and send it out of the goal. Going to be ending up in the end of... Not in any end, it's going to be ending up in the end of Orange Juice, but Silver's going to be picking up. It's going to be trying to stand out though by Rosh. Rosh going to send it in through the trap. Be stopped though by Goki. Goki going to juke it out and send it all the way downfield near the goal. Going to be close with Rosh. Rosh going to juke it out for a little bit. It's going to be sinking in off Silver's head.
Yeah, definitely rough goings there for Silver, who had the grab, but not quite enough that still was able to muster itself through. For the 15-6 lead now for Orange Juice. Meanwhile, for Exo Clan, they showed some good positioning and some good pass work, but they just weren't able to get those finishes in the offensive lane. You know, we've seen a couple of those dings. We've also seen a missed 3 or 2 on some of those open goals earlier on. And that's the kind of execution there. That's the kind of execution that we're more used to seeing from this roster, from this squad of players. Beautifully done for an 11-second goal.
Yeah, especially they are only not even half the points down. They do have a possibility of a comeback here. They are pushing through the defense of Orange Juice. Maybe that dancing tied them out a little bit too much. 5-up is going to be sending it up high though to Goki. Goki going to send it down, but that back stack is going to be huge with the defense. It's going to be reaching the disc first. But Rosh on that pressure is going to be taking it, trying to get it in the goal. But Silver yoinking that, passing across the Shredder. Shredder going to go for a 3 himself, but Goki just as well, just saying no, that is fine. Passing back for a reset to 5 though, it's going to be huge. Passing it across though, but intercepted by Silver. Silver going to send it across onto the floor. Picked up though by Shredder. Shredder trying to juke it up to Soggy. Going to be stopped though by Goki. Goki barely missing the goal. It's going to be sending across it. It's going to be bouncing up high. No one's going to be able to grab it. Stopped by Paddy, sending it through mid.
Wow, 5-up saying, what's up? His stats, that's a great series of saves there, defensive plays in the late second round, and that's going to open things up for some offense in the front line. Rush, ever so casual with it, able to walk it in, bait the shield, and then, well, just get some 17 points. This is a high-scoring round.
That is
when you have 17-8 in these 10 minutes, I mean, for a VRML match, that is quite a bit.
Yeah, we do have Exo coming out, maybe trying to just make an impact here as they are out of mathematical time here. Paddy looking to shut that down though. Any hope is going to go out the door if they can help it with that 3, as I just said. They're looking to impress, looking to have some fun here. They know they have the time, know they have the points, they can chill and they can relax. Maybe take a breather for the next round if they need to.
Yeah, have 30 seconds left in this round, and of course, again, this is a best of 5. It's the lower bracket finals, so still at least one more win needs to occur here on the round for this orange squad. But yeah, it's a long way to go, and it's going to be a tough road ahead. The thing is, you know, maybe most teams statistically you'd say, I doubt they can do it, but based on history, ExoClan, I frankly wouldn't be surprised if they did reverse sweep either, because much like I was saying earlier, you know, with the Joker squad and the Joker adjacent teams across history in the North American side, over in OCE, it's been Leviathan / ExoClan who's always done the unlikely things every time, it seems like. So it's gonna be tough, but I wouldn't doubt their ability to do it in high pressure situations. So we'll see. We'll see.
They can 100% do it if they pull their morale together, they pull their hopes together. I reckon they can. But it's going to be an uphill battle. If they win 3, they're going through to the finals. They're going to have to battle through all that, and for the bracket reset, it's just going to be round after round that they cannot afford to lose.
Absolutely.
It's so tiring.
And I gotta say too, for Orange Juice, again, they took a tough loss there in the upper brackets. Now, again, for a team who only lost 1 match the entire regular season. You know, they ate their loss in the upper brackets just moments before this match, but it kind of lit a fire under them because, man, oh man, to score that many points that quickly across these first 2 rounds, I mean, especially the 20 points we just saw hit there, you know, super impressive for sure. So they weren't discouraged at all by taking that loss to Beef just a short time ago. They came in here with something to prove, and so far they are proving indeed why perhaps they are well, not perhaps, they are the #1 seed on the regular season. And not only that, it's not just that they had a high win rate, it's they also did it in high volume. They played a lot of matches as well across the weeks. Only outdone, in fact, looking at it, by ExoClan, who has 24 matches on the season compared to Orange Juice's 18. But yeah, I mean, this has been quite the series so far, and you know, I just got to hand it also to this Orange Juice squad again, because you know, Rosh coming in, who, as noted, was on this ExoClan team last season, but he's coming in and leading by example. I mean, 20 points across these 2 rounds alone, 2 assists, 31 stuns, just filling up those stat sheets impressively.
Yeah, but that is nothing to scoff at. As on the Exo side, Soggy is being that, as we know him in Exo, and even in OC, he's a short player, but he is nothing to be short about, as he is the tallest in points with 12 points. Quite an impressive amount under his belt there.
Yeah, always a heavy hitter on the offense for sure. You know, between Soggy and Rush, too, at least from my more limited compared to you guys, I suppose, but more casual spectating observations, I would compare them as somewhat similar players in terms of like style and offensive capabilities, and their tendencies to kind of be a little extra on offense. You know, they put that extra sauce on their moves, on their dunks.
Extra pizzazz.
Exactly. So they're kind of similarly molded players.
They live in it. They live in it. They breathe the bubble. They express the bubble. The bubble is them, and they are the bubble. If you would.
Exactly.
They both dance around, as we've both seen. They just need to be set up right, and they dance quite well.
Absolutely, they dance, and Echo is a game of dance. in a broad
dance,
sense,
game of fours is.
Yeah, it's all about the rhythm, you know. That's probably one of the most used words, I think, from casters in VRML, but for a good reason. It's all, you know, rhythm, momentum, words like that, because that's all Echo really is. Any team, especially at the highest of levels here, any team could beat any other team on any given day. It's just about, you know, who can have that consistency, who finds that better rhythm and that better momentum in a given round. That's why sometimes you do see matches that go like 20-5, and then the next time around it's the complete opposite of that, right? It's a game of rhythm, flow, and runs basically.
How the team plays that day and how they are talking that day. I've seen players not even play Echo that day, just chill in their team discords and just play different games all day, and then they come through to Echo and they just smash it because they've had that chemistry all day, and they've just let their headsets charge, and they just have that chemistry. Yeah,
and you know, every team's different too. Every team and every individual. It's hard to say that there's a definitive best way. For some, warm-ups can be very necessary, and having those constant scrims. I think it's just a balance, you know. For other teams, other players, sometimes there is such a thing as overdoing it as well. So it kind of varies from person to person. I know for me, when I was my most active competitively, I suppose, there was definitely a point where scrims were very necessary and helpful. If you didn't scrim for like a full week, it would already put you behind the team that was just behind you because they're going a little bit harder. But I know after maybe day 3 or 4 in a row of doing several hours in a row of scrims, at some point, then you kind of get too much into your own little funks and your own autopilot, and breaks were necessary. So it really varies between players.
See an unpause coming through here though, which is going to be good to see. You still have that
this
minute
this
though.
is critical right now. Critical round.
Minute. Exo need to shut down Orange Juice here if they are looking to take a complete reverse sweep 3 rounds in a row. But Orange Juice, they just need 1. They can chill this round and then just smash out next. They just need just 1 round. That's the 5.
Yeah. And honestly, that seems to be the name of their game. You said it right there. Chill. Not just this round, but just in general. They are very, they're executing the way that they need to, but they're very loose with it. And for their team, this is what obviously has worked and is working in this current situation. Here we go, neutral joust, and we're off on the 3rd, perhaps decisive round, unless ExoClan can pull off some miracles here soon.
Yeah, indeed, as 5UP is going to be dancing again on that bow tie, as we love to see him, up to Paddy and Goki on the roof. Paddy in that cut position ready, but Silver, that goalie moment is going to be huge. Pass across to Punda for that pass down as he can, but 5UP, that anchor in the back of the goal, it's going to be great to see. Pass across though to Paddy, up to Shredder though for the defense. It's going to be sending it downfield all the way near goals.
And on the retrieval, looks like with plenty of time to spare, will be Paddy for Orange Juice. Long Gaki there. They're going to send that pass to the tunnel. 5, eyeing the pass downwards towards that trench. Rosh now on the approach, being defended by Soggy. Pass up high from the backboard. Wielding, maneuvering, and eventually getting the goal. Gaki with some beautiful patience to drag out the defense and find the most opportune place and time to hit.
Yeah, we saw Punda try and push out and try and stop that little dance he was doing along the top of the goal, trying to taunt them out. You see a little bit of a fade out coming through with these tubes here. Someone on the bottom tube trying to stack down. Nice pass, trying to break that stack coming out. Pass across to Silver again, going to be downfield though. Pass up high to Punda. Punda not going to be able to reach it with his hands. Rosh though going to be bouncing off the shield. Punda again is going to be holding it with a save from 5s. Going to be a goalie moment there. It's going to be huge for him. But Goki and Shredder duking it out for the disc. Going to be sending it down close to goal. But the defense is going to be there just in time with Paddy. Paddy passing it backwards. And going to be ending up in the hands of Goki. Goki sending it down as far as he can. But Rosh going for the 3. But the stack is going to be there and hot in the disc's tail.
Absolutely. ExoClan going supersonic there to get back just in time on an open goal. They might have it only if they shoot fast. But no, those stacks we see from both sides, just in a hurry down the floor, trying to pick off those discs and stop those crucial 3-point shots from going in. Those extra points matter so much. The pass there. Oh, the finish. Another ding. And this is what I was talking about in the last couple of rounds. We're seeing some of these uncharacteristic and unfortunate misses that we're not always used to seeing from this team historically, where the missed threes or the dings off the post, for instance, could be costly, but they'll still secure those 2 points at the end of the day to tie it up. But man, they had to work really hard for that, Zodiac.
Definitely, they had to just bounce back and forth. You can tell both teams are in that zone at the moment. They are fighting their hardest, as that took quite a while. It's been 3 minutes, but only 2 points on each side. It's going to be difficult to see what comes out of these tubes here with 5UP again. Going to be passing left this time to Paddy. Paddy going to send it deep. The pass to Rosh. Rosh going to try and take that 3. It's going to be sinking in. Just seeing the back of the net there, leaving that goal open for EXO.
Man, if there's one person on the floor that you do not want shooting that right now, it is Rosh. 23 points, and that is greatness. With those, just, again, not only high volume, but just high precision. So taking every shot that he gets, and it seems like he's making every shot that he gets. And as we say that, we're looking at another one about to happen here with a little bit of baiting before the dunk from Gaki, and they're really just breaking down ExoClan, it seems like, top to bottom here,
Yeah,
both in terms of the gameplay and the mentals.
The mental's huge here, man. They just want to break them as much as they can, but at the same time, EXO know to have that huge amount of fortitude, as they know not to take any team seriously that much, as they love this game. But we do come through here with Goki holding the disc again, going to be sending it downfield, going to be duked out and stopped by Punda, but Punda's going to get ended. Passing up cross high to Rosh. Rosh living in that bubble yet again is going to try and bounce off the backboard. Pass cross though to Goki, almost unintentionally. Passing back to the bottom of ramp. Going to be stopped though by Silver. Silver passing it back to Rosh.
Oh!
Rosh seeing only the back of the net though. Single in for 3 more points actually.
For Rosh right now, that goal is as wide as the ocean. Cannot miss. If it is available, that shot is available, that goalie is out, that shot is a guarantee at this point. Rosh has 26 points, well and ahead of anyone else in this game, and he's doing it efficiently.
He's dialed in that aim, man. He's been probably playing all day, he's warmed up, he's ready to go, as is everybody. They are locking it in as Paddy just gets locked out himself, getting locked out from a pass. Passing cross though to Punda. Punda going to send it downfield, but he's not quite dialed in just yet, but he needs to dial in quickly as Silver's going to pass across to Shredder. Shredder's going to be up top trench, going to be waiting for them to pressure him, waiting for that defense to push out. As we do see it pass across to Punda. Punda cross to Silver. Silver going to try and take it into goal if he can, but Paddy's going to stun out Soggy and going to be sending it all the way downfield. Almost a mail slot. Going to be close though. Going to be picked up though by 5 up for an extra 2.
That was almost a ridiculous full court we just saw there, but still yet, the defense being played and the stacks able to catch up with plenty of time to spare. Orange Juice is about to send Exo Clan home unless Exo is able to dig down really deep now and pull out some minor miracles or major miracles as the case may be, because there's only 4.5 minutes left and it's a 10-point deficit.
Yeah, and they need those 3 rounds in a row. But Orange Juice are looking to end it here maybe, as we see. But Soggy getting some points on the board as well. 4 points, shutting down that momentum that they so desperately need to stop. Putting them on the defensive joust.
Well, crucial goal nonetheless here for Exo Clan, and really that speaks to every goal from now on. Every single point that goes in either direction is going to be crucial to the fate of Exo Clan. They really need to maximize every single opportunity they have from this point forward. Their stacks certainly on the dot there, getting back into the defensive zone quickly, but just the same, Orange Juice, for as loose as they have been playing at times, like I said, their execution has been solid. As Shredder does take that over, will be a narrow miss off that barrier, right back to the rebound for himself. Now Stacks just catching up slowly, going for maybe a 3-point attempt. Going to try it again here on the goalie. Backboard and pass, but again, miscommunication, and could not find that execution that they desire so badly.
Desperately, as Shredder is going to be passing across the Punda. Punda across the Soggy, not going to be able to see the back of the net there. He's going to be dancing around, getting close, going to be bouncing off that wedge, getting high. Across the Punda though, Punda on that trench, going to be on the offensive though with Shredder. Shredder across the Silver, but Silver's not going to be able to grab it, as that stack is going to be hot though with Goki and Rosh playing that offensive game with Goki downfield. Is going to be perfectly positioned to try and stop Shredder and Soggy, but not going to be able to grab it, as 5 up going to be sending it through the tube, sacking downfield with an enemy though with Paddy. Paddy going to be first to the disc, it looks like, and what looks like to be Punda on the defense. Punda going to try and push up on 5s, but Paddy is very close to goals, getting himself in position with 5 up, taking that slow approach, backing up, trying to draw that defense. Going to be quick though, passing across to Goki. Goki going to be stunning out with Punda, shaking his head at Punda. A bit of a disappointment though, but going to be stopping that pass to Rosh is going to be huge though, sending it all the way down. But 5 up, that anchor is going to be huge though. In the backline, going to be fast across to Rosh. Rosh up to Goki, maybe even. Going to be taking their time. Cross now to 5 up. 5 up to sink it in for 2 points.
Oh, now they know it's just a matter of time. We're on the brink in the next couple of minutes of witnessing some history in its own right. This Exo Clan team, formerly known as Leviathan in early seasons as well, they through various roster combinations, changes, and even in the context of just this season in the last couple of months, this is still a team that time and time again has been able to succeed in these clutch, these final situations. But now we are going to be looking at something new. We'll have some new teams in the finals, and we'll have Orange Juice now advancing in the very near future with a still tough task ahead, because they have to go beat the team that sent them to this lower bracket here twice to win a championship in Season 7.
Yeah, they have beef with beef indeed as we come through with Rosh. Not talking about it at the moment, not talking about their challenge ahead, as Paddy is going to be headbutting it down, going to be picking up the disc, but Shredder looking to challenge that. passing across to Goki. Goki unable to grab it until he's on the roof for a second. Going to be looking for a pass opportunity, maybe to 5-up here. He's going to pass across to Roche, but he's going to be sinking in for himself, but off Silver's head for another 2 points.
And just continuing to stack up those points. We saw, what was it, I think 15 in the first round, 20 in the second, and approaching around the same amount here for the third. Just doing it with absolute relentlessness, it seems like. Orange Juice scoring in bunches and simultaneously holding down ExoClan to a very, very small amount of points relative to what we would expect. Just again, some of it was unforced errors, but some of it was also, I think, just strong defense as well as strong mentals coming in from Orange Juice. Really just doing it on both sides of the floor. Offense, defense, a very cohesive win to now dethrone this team for the first time in the final situation.
I've never seen EXO, or if you want to call them their old name, the same thing. I've never seen them lose, and this is a first. This is a first. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit shocked. Going in for that final point, it's barely going to be digging off the ring. It's sad to say, but it looks like EXO is going to be knocked out.
Yeah, it's kind of just even the last ding, just kind of a microcosm of what that round of that match was for ExoClan, unfortunately, where, it's empires are made to fall, essentially, right? And even though, again, the roster combinations and even the active playing status of some of these players, I know has been kind of fluctuating ever since February and the announcements of Echo's impending closure and such. So now it's been a situation, and maybe that played a part because this is, as you said, this was just not what you are used to seeing from this squad and this set of players. Really, those dings, those missed threes, just not quite in an offensive flow at any point in the game, unfortunately for them. And for Orange Juice, man, they just took full advantage and they could not miss. A lot of that was because they had so many of those open goals as well. So just really not much you can criticize for what Orange Juice has done. They're looking really strong and confident heading back to the upper brackets now.
Definitely, as this is history. This is history. This is the final. This is all the marbles, as I said. This is all the marbles, and EXO don't get to keep any. Sadly.
Well, sadly, yeah. Always, and sad thing, as we said earlier, right? Double-edged sword. You get these great games, but there has to be a loser, unfortunately, of these matches. And in this case, it was ExoClan, and for them, that will be the end of this chapter and kind of the closure of that story. As we end our final day of our final season of VRML in Echo Arena, barring our VRML Con land in a couple weeks. But as far as seasonal play, this is it. And while it wasn't the kind of swan song of sorts that ExoClan wanted to see, perhaps, it's still a cap on what was as a whole, an incredibly impressive run across just season after season after season after season here in VRML for OCE. So nothing but pride that they should have for what they've accomplished here, and definitely will be a team that goes down in the history books as we move forward in VR 0G esports.
History. Said empires are made to fall, and both EXO and their old name of Leviathan can rest easy. The beast can finally rest.
Indeed, you worked hard. Go have a rest now.
F in chat for EXO. But good game to everyone who played.
Absolutely. Good games. Congratulations to Orange Juice now, who has to still maintain that mental strength and the physical energy as they go forward into the upper brackets. Quick shout out as well to everyone who's tuned in, who's watching, who's contributing to that Shave the Head fund for Offbeat there. Don't know what the status is on that, but I know we were already like 25% through just after the first match or two. So we're making progress.
50-something% now.
All right, well, he's going to be missing some hair, and I'm going to be having some different
28%,
hair.
never mind. Oh, damn. That's
No,
just
we have-
OCE. Imagine NA coming through with EU as well. That's going to be gone. That's going to
Yeah,
be gone, man.
I have no doubt. He's losing his hair just like I'm dyeing mine. So it'll be fun time.
Yeah.
Shout out real quick before our intermission, though. We want to, of course, thank our sponsors. VR Cover, HyperX, Asterion Products, VRWare, Arma, just incredible support from them across the multiple seasons across the years, so we thank them very much. And yeah, for all of you at home again for the tuning in, means a lot. But we're gonna take a quick break now, prepare for our best of 5 upper bracket finals, potentially 2 of them if we get that bracket reset. And yeah, you're gonna see more of us here in the near future. We'll also be joined by Outback once again. Shout out Wonder T on the cams, and yeah, stay tuned. Champions to be crowned, new champions in fact, right around the bend.
The final champions.
more to go.
VRware. Our passion is for the future.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to VRML. I'm Palador, being joined here by Outback Blaze, by Zodiac, and we have ourselves one finals in OCE. This is Season 7 VRML, the final season in all of VRML for Echo Arena, and this is it. This is the last final that we're going to see. Redundant as ever, but nonetheless, what is not redundant is the fact that we do have two teams here who, by name, have not won championships before. It's been nothing but Leviathan / ExoClan season after season in these final matches of OCE. And suddenly, we have some new blood in the name sense. I know some familiar faces, of course, but wow, we're about to have some new champions here across these rosters, and I cannot be more excited. How about you guys?
It's going to be a great match between these already great teams that we've seen before play just earlier today. It's going to be great.
Absolutely, and so we'll be launching off here in the first launch. This is, again, best of 5 in the upper bracket championship match we have for us now. It will be Orange Juice, who were sent into the lower brackets by this Beef squad. They'll have to win 2 best of 5 series if they want to come away with a championship, that is to say. And work is going to be cut out for them, but indeed, here is the first score. Could it be? No, just missing narrowly.
We've seen from Beef in that last match, the amazing power that their stacks have. And it looks like we're seeing it again with this absolute speed and chemistry that they have. Getting these passes off, and the shot is there from Flood.
Yeah, that pass from Liam there was absolutely crucial in setting up Flood for an early goal. Only 39 seconds, but that still was quite a close goal. Get past that defense.
Well, wonderful way to start out for Beef. Always kind of a question, too, while they did have success in the upper brackets, obviously. Curious if they were keeping warmed up or not in the in-between period there while they were waiting for the lower brackets to finish out. But looking good so far. Headbutts, and no buts about it. It's going to be Gaki.
Yeah, Liam and Rosh having a little bit of a scuffle, but Gaki just broke out there, getting past all the defense, just trying to slip through as fast as he could. Just trying to get past any defense, and it worked. Just scurrying towards the goal, and it just synced in. Just worked. That's all they need.
It was really a good representation of right place, right time, getting away from that defender. Or as we see the absolute offense from Orange Juice here, getting those passes off with the save from Daisy and the score from Gaki.
Yeah, Daisy's just sadly not able to get it out of goals, but that slap, if he did, it would have just bounced off the backboard and would have put him in a wrong position to just get anywhere. Gaki just capitalized on it and just took advantage. What do you need?
Some hot potato there being played. Nice goalkeeping, but just those grab backs. You've seen the progression. It used to be across these 6 years of Echo Arena now. I mean, we've seen that progression where threes used to be rare, saves used to be rare. Now you get saves, but then you get grab backs and dunks. I mean, the progression, the advancement, there's a save right on cue, and sending it out into the mid zone. The defense is so good. Been a common theme here in OCE as Dazzy will pass it off to that backboard, and the score, no score, and down to the floor, taken back by Patty.
A bit of a float around there from Flood, maybe just missing off on that dunk there, but Beef is able to take it back, and Flood nailing the dunk this time with a swing around on the goal.
On the pole, but yeah, that pass from Dazzy far to Flood was huge, but Fiverr just sadly couldn't save it. But we do see a pause coming out here from whichever side that was. My spark is just working.
Orange Juice.
Orange, yeah. You see a player drop. Interesting. Rosh, that's our player.
Suffering from the drop there, and in this situation, of course, it is best of 5, but you cannot take your chances. It is a battle of endurance, as we've mentioned before, but you need your full squad to do it. So a wise timeout, and everything essentially evened up. 3 minutes off the clock, but it's a tie. So effectively, it's still a brand new game. Neither team with the advantage, and if you're the team who lost a player there momentarily, you want to keep it that way.
Exactly. You don't want them to be able to run away from you in those dire needs of a player, but they were able to just stick it to that 2 points and get Rush back in just in time.
And with that, not a lot of time spent at all off that timeout. They got him back and decided, okay, we don't need to talk about anything else. We're good. Back to our game plan as they joust out. Looking for that dribble, but just intercepted right in the middle, short range, a handoff. Oh, Flood was not looking for it, and taken there by Patty, who's able to send it clears to that sidelines. They might have themselves an open lineup on the goal there, but just gets away from them a little bit.
Oh, and the leeches beyond leeches from everyone in that little cluster, but Beef are the ones that can take the disc away from there, with Daisy rocking the midfield, with the really fast pressure coming in from Patty, but Liam going in for the shot. Oh, and the self-go there from Fiverr.
Yeah, Fiverr just a little bit too close to goals, as anchoring on that little block can be a little bit of a pressure point. As if you reach too low, you just put yourself a bit too far under goal, and that's probably what caused him to just self-goal there.
Really nice hit there. Certainly, though, pinpoint precise. I mean, an inch off, and they would have bounced the opposite way outside the goal. As a quick joust here, resulting in looking like, turnover. Passing over to Rilo, sending it down low, and not too slow. The defense trying to get back in time. They do, but doesn't matter. It's a 2.
Yeah, that was a good bounce though from Dazzy coming through, bouncing off that pole to the backboard for Liam to just capitalize. They would have expected it gone out, but Liam just saw it and just took the goal, seeing the back of the net.
Yeah, a bit of an unconventional pass there from Daisy, but it worked nonetheless with Orange Juice in this offensive joust. We see that stack pressure from Beef. They've just absolutely insane with that pressure that they put on, getting those really fast moments and making Orange Juice make mistakes so they can regain I can't even speak at this point. They're just too fast for me.
Flood and all the others were on the floor, but the nice pass up to Dazzy, just coming off shield for a nice sync pass, a nice cut pass. No one was watching up, and that's what they needed to do. Obviously capitalized on by Beef.
With that, 3 out of the 4 players here for Beef with some points on the board now. On this rollout, getting away from them a bit as Dazzy is able to retrieve that disc and maneuver just around a couple of defenders, sending it right through mid and barely through the wickets of some impending defenders, but unable to secure the disc. So will be Patty 22 sending clear ways on the right side. Some leeches now coming out as Flood tries to capture that disc first, racing against Gaki and Liam, and getting in there first was indeed Flood with a nice pass now to Rilo as the defense now maneuvers back towards their goal on the orange side.
We get that stack from Orange Juice, prepping their defense, being in the right position for the right time to be able to stack out and grab the loose disc, pass it down to Rush as he makes his approach, juking around one of the defenders, passing it up to 5 up. Oh, just dinging out the bottom of the goal. Rush being able to pick it up and put it in.
Yeah, Paddy setting out Dazzy there with Gaki just running interference in goal was huge there, just setting up 5 up just to send it for Rosh to sink it in for 2 points. Maybe a comeback story here is what they need for Orange Juice to just win 6 rounds.
A 4-point lead being had now by Beef, showing indeed it is no mistake that they are here, and the highest of stakes at the most high pressure of times. They are providing themselves with that 4-point lead. They do lose out the disc now, though, as 5 up works their way up the floor. Looking for a bit of a windmill pass, but nice and accurate as Patty now trying to get that pass right down below. Rosh having it saved. Dazzy making the offensive players dizzy. And now getting busy around the goal. Lots of congestion, and teaching them a lesson was that defense back into the midfield. Captured by Flood, and in a flash Flood perhaps. It goes towards that trap where they secure it. And now towards the bottom, seeing if they can tap in that goal with a pass. Open shot. Liam sees him.
And Dazzy to Flood was huge there. Dazzy was trying to take the 3, but Flood almost took a 2 there. Just pass across to Liam on the recovery was huge there. Otherwise, it just would have been floating up and free for a little bit. It was absolutely well capitalized on. Double the points, Beef's favor.
Beef has really gotten that amazing defense with Dazzy in goal, but are still able to capitalize on that offense with that amazing stack downfield. No matter where they clear it, they always seem to get to it. No matter how loose it is, they're always on the chase and getting those pass off, putting themselves in a good position. The little break check there from Flood to Rilo for the dunk.
Yeah, they did have it set up as well with Liam on shoulder, but they just didn't need to use it, as just having 3-on-1 with goal, 3-on-3 was just well enough for them to just take it full advantage.
That was some filthy maneuvering there. But the break check and the little scoop pass towards a cutting player. What a beautiful way to execute that. Putting in the steez, but with the efficiency. The efficient steez, as I like to call it. As Flood now trying to secure that disc, but it will be Patty instead now to the midfield. 5 up to the corner. Shoulder, it's over. Dunking it right over there on Dazzy. 14-8.
Gaki unable to be pressured by Liam. Liam was diving for him, but just couldn't grab him. So close, but so far. They have to set up here if they want to stop any momentum from Orange Juice, but they are looking to just try and keep that lead that they have.
Beef has been playing really well today. No matter what they've been put against, they've just been able to keep cool, calm, collected, or just missing that open 3, but they're still able to get there in time to be the first to the disc, but Flood getting too pressured there, but the stack is there for them to just straight away recover from that clear, and the pass goes down from Rilo, but just missing. But again, these stacks and the leeches are there from Orange Juice, but all of Beef seem to be in the bubble, getting ready, and let's see what they can do as we see Daisy just juking around no one on the post and putting it in for 2.
And Flood was running interference. Yeah, Flood was running
sorry not
huge
to walk over you.
interference. Okay. Flood was running huge interference there in goals. They had 3 goalies there, but just couldn't save it. The 3 goalie meta just isn't there at the moment, especially with Flood just sunning out everyone, stopping anyone sunning out. It just works.
For that whole play, I was wanting to compliment. They had great recognition and doing everything right, almost up until the last second. They got the grab on the disc initially, and I thought, okay, good. They recognized the fact that because of the time and the math involved, they needed the 3, and so they backed it up towards the bubble. But then the last second, they drove it into the bubble for that 2. When they could make it or miss it, could not afford to take that type of shot. It had to have been a 3 followed by a quick 3 the next time around. So kind of got a little bit away from them there, just in terms of the meta game, I suppose you'd call it. But nonetheless, I mean, nice round there by Beef. You know, taking the first over the Orange Juice team, who they sent to the lower bracket earlier on, and they'll go now with a nice, I wouldn't say comfortable, but a lead nonetheless, knowing that they have a lot of buffers still yet because of the bracket resets.
They really do have that space to play with, but they just want to take it. They're putting in that work, getting points on the board, able to beat Orange Juice 16-8, double the points. It did not feel like it with how fast-paced and close that match was, but they're really just putting in this work and proving to everyone that they are a top side.
Definitely, as you saw, it was chaotic to see in the bubble as all 4 were just swarming that defense. Having that swarm on attack just worked, and it just absolutely shut down any positions that they could just get it out. And it just sees if they can maybe play around a little bit better with the disc, shut down a little bit earlier, they could probably come back. It's just going to be a hard game to play.
We'll see if they can do it here, though, for Orange Juice. Coming out of that match against ExoClan successfully, where they had scored 15 points and then 20 points, and I think 20 points again. But here's the first 2 points going in from Beef. So we see that output decreasing there for Orange.
Yeah, definitely. You have Dazzy and Flood absolutely stacking all the way outfield, which is huge. That backup coming in hot with Liam, just in case.
Getting that headbutt off, Flood put himself in a really smart position, knowing his team and their stacks were going to get there. They really set up well, and the stacks from Beef are just too insane to counter. Like, they just seem to be here, there, and everywhere, no matter where in the arena the disc is. Beef are putting in work to be there.
Right now working their offense for Beef with some quick passing, but nice steal coming in from Patty. Seeing if they can swing it down to the bubble, but unfortunately no friendly stack was there to meet the disc, so we'll turn back over as Dazzy sends it clear into that side wall. The stacks will be there to meet it for the Beef squad, winding around the post in a merry-go-round, and now there's a sweet sound for the 4th point.
That clear from Dazzy was huge, with Lean picking it up, but Flood was there just in case, but shooting a little bit too high as Goki was not anchored to just try and dive for it. Couldn't even dive off 5-up as he was freshly stunned out.
The chemistry within these 2 teams is absolutely unmatched. I've never seen a team that is this well organized. No matter where the disc is going, wherever, Orange Juice has 2 stacks ready to just go. Even if one gets stunned out, they've got that back stack that's there and ready to just get whatever loose disc that there is. And another point for B.
The pass from top with Flood to Rilo. Rilo was perfectly positioned right on top clock to juke out Rosh. Sinking in for a pocket was great.
And you see after the goal as well, the Beef squad are giving a little bit of that that flair, I guess you'd call it, the body language, the cheering right back in the face of Orange Juice. We saw them doing that a lot against ExoClan not too long ago, but now getting a little bit of a taste of their own medicine, I suppose. And sometimes a spoonful of sugar, that's not the right medicine, not the kind of medicine they need. They need to find their mentals again as they go mental for a save. But Orange Juice right now not looking like the Orange Juice we saw just half an hour ago.
It's really all against the opponent. Orange Juice really put in that work against EXO, knowing exactly what to do, but Beef has just been able to counter them tremendously well, and even to the point the backward shot on the two goalies from Liam there, but they're still able to keep control all as Rosh stuns them out and gets that clear off, and the backstack there from Orange Juice is able to get it all the way downfield, but Liam still there to intercept and juke out these offenders in their bubble.
Well, now some trouble, perhaps. No defense getting back. Could be a 2-on-2 still yet. Did they play their card? Whoa! What a grab, though, from Patty. That was incredible. Full wingspan as they fly like a bird and soar for the score. 6-3.
Yeah, Paddy and Goki taking that disc all the way upfield. Paddy absolutely saw and predicted where that disc was going and capitalized as much as he could, putting himself in the right position, right time, right place. That's all it took for him to just sink it in for a nice 3.
100%. Orange Juice saw their chance and took it with that one. But we see Beef on the offense, but the stuns out there from the stack of Orange Juice gets the disc loose. Oh, and the backstacks missed it. 5-Up going for the shot, just hitting that shoulder. Goki, or getting that stun off and going for the shot off backboard, gets the 2 points for Orange Juice.
Goki with the ender there on Liam. Liam trying to challenge him was a huge point there, but just couldn't seem to just leech off him long enough for his shield to drop, and it worked. Goki bouncing off the backboard with a nice stylish flare worked really well in his favor.
Yeah, that was some nastiness, some ill intentions on that score, but effective as anything. Liam with the disc now on offense, opting for a short roll out there on their side of the floor. They eventually work it to the midfield as Flood finds the pass, but that flame was snuffed out immediately by that quick stack, and 5-Up secures it, looking for that cloud perhaps. We'll take some awkward bounces though back and towards that bubble as some contesting goes on here from both squads.
They've really put in the work here, getting that offense ready, trying to get past this defense from Beef, but not managing it at the moment. As the disc is loose, it's going to be a chase and another chase and a slap down there from Flood. We see the stacks coming in from Beef, getting another slam dunk there from Daisy.
Dazzy and Liam with a nice stack down, but the clear from Flood was absolutely crucial, getting past all the 2 that was on him, I think. He was taking on 2 defenders at the same time and just put his team in the right position, right time, right place.
Juice has to be careful here as well, saying they don't want to see that score balloon all too much. You know, their offensive output in this series so far compared to earlier on, not going their way. And this is definitely one of those teams I feel like here, and even for my limited watching of them this season strictly, but just watching their play style thus far in the streams, you know, they strike me as one of those very feast or famine type things. This is a team that thrives when it's feeling good. And they'll score a lot like they do there, but if they don't have that rhythm, it doesn't play out very well for them over the course of a match.
Paddy and Rosh in goal, distracting Liam and Dazzy was absolutely huge there. Letting Goki just slip a true right above their heads was just what he needed. Right off that nice boot on the right side.
Orange Juice is really showing that once they can get that momentum and get that rhythm going, that they're going to take it and do everything that they can to put the points up against Beef. They've really shown from any points that Beef have put on the board, they're fighting back. It's 7-8 now, but it looks like it's going to 10-7 with another score from Riley.
Dazzy to Rilo to draw out that Goki defense. Dazzy was diving, but Goki took the bait a little bit too early, making pass to Rilo, but 5-Up just couldn't take that one-on-one.
Something I'm impressed with Beef so far, just looking at their stats, all 4 players have 6 points apiece, as well as Dazzy and Flood. They both have 5 assists as well. So everyone, and I mean everyone, is contributing heavily on the team play, heavily on the scoring, the assisting, but just missing on that attempt. So perhaps a little bit of a jinx, but still yet Goki will obtain. The stack's already underway, as well as the leeches, and there's the grab by Dazzy right in the middle.
They're really putting this effort, putting the emphasis on the team play, even with these missed passes and missed grabs. Oh, just another missed grab from Flood gives possession over to Goki for that clear, and the stacks are back there. He goes for the shot. Oh, just a little too high enough to give Beef control of the disc and get the clear all the way down past the hands of 5-Up into the roof. Ooh, again, another chase here from Flood. Flood sees an open goal, goes for the shot. Ooh, just off the ring. As we see it go down into bubble of orange juice.
And some of those three-point misses, especially on open goals, those are the ones that'll haunt you. This one will haunt them if they can make it, but another miss there could have tied it, and so crucial here at this stage of this second round. Less than 2 minutes to spare, down by 3, and now down they go with a stun, so turnover, sailing into the midfield, and look at how quickly they blitz down the field in just supersonic fashion, and finding that partial clear, bounces right back into Raj's possession. They need to find a goal, 2 or 3, it doesn't matter, but they need to start taking advantage of these opportunities. They do. And honestly, they might have had a chance for a 3 there, but still yet, 1 point game.
That stack coming down was unable to grab it, but Rush and Paddy just stacking downfield. It was huge just to take that 2. 1 point behind, it's not that much to sneeze at, but it still shakes the enemy team.
Yeah, Orange just really did have that time. They broke the one thing that's been really working for Beef here, which was their stacks. They were all stuck on the other side of the field. Maybe a bit of an overpressure from Beef there, but Orange Juice just capitalizes like they capitalize again with a 3-point from Goki.
Yeah, they were just all playing a little bit too offensively, as we saw there. Dazzy, Liam, Flood, and Rilo all downfield, leaving the goal right open for Goki, and that intercept from his team to come through. With 5 up, just giving him a nice piggyback.
That was super clutch there, leaving only 30 seconds on the clock now for Beef to react. They can, well, I'm curious to see what they do now. Are they going to try for maybe a riskier 3, bother the goalie a little bit, or are they going to just go for the tie? Either way, they're approaching the floor now in quick succession. The synchronicity, and oh my goodness, it's going to be an OT coming up in the near future. 12-12, what a play.
I think they overextended a little bit in that goal. They were all outside bubble a little bit too much, if I do say so, but that's nothing to pick at, as if you can shut out that pass for a cut, it's going to be great. You come through to OT.
Have been absolutely great, playing super well off each other, and Beef really just getting in that last second shot to move this over to OT. They weren't risking it with that 3. They knew they have time. They've won the initial joust the last 2 rounds, I believe, so they're pretty confident going into this. But they lose it. I've jinxed it. It goes over to Beef's side, Orange Juice possession, as they get that pass off. Ooh, just hitting off of that shoulder.
Yeah, tough miscue there, and whoa, what a grab. I'm not sure Flood was even looking, but got the nice grab and flung it right behind the back. It's going to be an opportunity, and it looks like it may be good. Oh, all the players in the bubble, but none could secure the disc for the squad of Beef, so that's a miscue on their end. And now down to the floor will be secured just briefly, but oh, the bounce, an unusual bounce going off that goalpost. The opportunity there, and the opportunity lost as that disc sails right back out towards the bow tie.
Orange just really had that opportunity there with 2 people from Beef still stuck in their half. They weren't able to get back in time, so if Orange just really capitalized on that, they would have been able to take the round, but we're still seeing Beef duke out these defenders, and the pass is off over to Flood, and he goes for the 3 and he hits it! That's another round to Beef.
Damn, Rilo took that damn well in. It was a good shot by Flood. Flood from the trench, did not see any goals stopping him in the way, and he just had everybody near him. So as long as Flood was out of the way, he could just take it.
Wow. Wow. A flood indeed. A flood of energy, no doubt, if you're Beef, but perhaps more of a tidal wave crashing against you if you're Orange Juice, forcing that OT with some quick back-to-back goals in that final minute, only to lose it there in that overtime situation when they did have those open goals there that were available. But then again, the crushing defeat, the Orange Crush, you could call it, just not a great result for the mentals. And again, I think this is a team that thrives on those mentals, the high energy. I'm curious to see if they can maintain that and still go into this third, potentially decisive round reinvigorated, because they need a boost here soon to continue on with their championship hopes.
No, I 100% agree. I'm surprised we haven't seen a pause yet, but they should really use it, get that mental back together, and hopefully Orange Juice can put in this work and try and see an upset in this third round. They still have the time to do it. But it's all we can hope for going into this round.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks to Warpgate with the Prime subscribe, but even then, he's saying a reverse sweep from OJ, but maybe.
Well, we'll see. The neutral joust will be another one of those really strong rockets that go down the floor. Eventually maintained possession by Liam and Co. for Beef, although losing the handles. A soft one on over. You can tell the comms are on point, and maybe the points will be indeed there too. No! Patty, a great grab. We've seen a couple of those from Patty, showing the tremendous instincts and the tremendous hand-eye coordination there to get those grabs and maybe even get the goal. But no go on that occasion, as Patty once again actually gets the partial clear on this play.
And it does get cleared all the way downfield into Beef's half. They've got no one in goal. The pass goes over to Goki, takes the open shot for the first points of this round.
Yeah, but a nice goal supported by Rosh for Goki. You just saw any opportunity as everyone was just dashing downfield and just took it. No one was set up. Great shot indeed from Goki to just see that opportunity. Nice pass across and it just went in.
You could see from that replay that Rush didn't even have an angle on the goal, didn't even know that it was open, but was still able to get that communication from Goki and get it to him to where it needed to be. And we've got a missed shot there from Orange Juice, and another scuffle here as it gets stolen and stolen and stolen again, and a bit of a partial clear there from Beef, and goes for another clear, but Patty's able to get the steal and the pass down to 5 up.
Those corner areas of the bubble are always the most dangerous, it feels like, in terms of hot potato turnovers. You see those so much. Gets really frantic up in there. But now down the floor, not too frantic at all. They got time, they got space, but not in the right place. Was that shot positioned? Back into position for the passing play, and at last, leaving the defense in dismay. 2-2.
That pass from Flood to Dazzy back to Rilo to sink it in was great. Dazzy baiting out the defense, getting that nice stun off, drawing out the defense worked perfectly in the favor of Beef.
You could see there that all of Beef had set up an easy pass for Dazzy there, and they just were not covered in the slightest, so they were just set up perfectly for him to just get that pass off and an easy goal from them. As we see the disc really loose here, flying around, but we see Goki maybe going for the shot, but the save from Rilo.
Oof.
Getting that pass down over to Daisy. Now Orbit's going high, and we see the stacks come in from Orange Juice's. Rosh takes control, unpressured, backs it out a little bit, trying to bait these defenders out to him. He's got time. There's still 7 minutes left on this clock. He's not trying to overpush, overpressure. He's just taking it slow and getting those passes on point, as Orange Juice does.
Yeah, Rosh passed up to Goki, which is a great call other than 5s on the wall, but Patty just on the clock, it was a good pass just to confuse the goalie a little bit more and draw that defense's, just that little chink in the armor that worked perfectly just for Patty to just get those 2 points that they need to just get ahead, get that round, and stop Beef from ending them here.
And seeing Sog in the chat complimenting the defense of Patty, indeed. Been impressing with a lot of the defensive plays in the bubble and with just the tremendous grabs. At the moment, though, seeing if he can do it again. They're on defense, and oh, there's defense from 5. Give me 5, or at least give me 1 disc, that is, as it will cause the air on the side of Blue as it sails into the mid zone. And Patty is there, but couldn't pick it up in time. Will stun once, not twice. And dicing up that defense as it will turn into offense now for Blue.
And the disc does stay in control of Beef as they get those passes around and a little juke around the goal for another slam dunk from Liam.
Yeah, that setup from Rilo to Flood was also amazing. Just getting that position, just drawing out the defense. It was just a clean one-on-one for Liam to take it in against the goalie.
All right, so 4-4 here. With 5 minutes left, so the pace kind of slowing down for both squads, neither wanting to give too much of an inch as they go down the deep mile, but unfortunately, goalkeeper is there. So they're going to dribble down that floor now, take some awkward bounces, the stack separating, but all 4 players now for blue and orange, all in a bubble, and will be a turnover. Nice grab, Gaki, and could not get the clear, however.
As we see the disc loose in the orange juice half here, Rosh is able to take control, get it passed down the tunnel, but into the hands of Floods with a slap back as you get pressured by 5-up. Goki's able to take control with the stacks on him. Oh, unconventional pass there off Pac-Man, and the passes go around for Rosh to slam dunk into goal.
Yeah, that pass from Goki to the pass of just Rosh and Paddy in that stack was huge. The distraction of 5-up as well, just to bounce back off that pole, worked beautifully. It was almost by the book. From the shoulder to the wall pass, it just worked.
So far, just a 2-point differential now with 4.5 minutes left. Rilo from the right side has time to work with. Nice fanning of the offensive players here, and a great kind of rectangular formation, high, low, and otherwise. They all currently form around that bubble, and unfortunately, though, for them, 5-up causing some more pain, dispensing that into the midfield off another great save, denying the goal opportunity, although they might have another one here just yet.
As we see Liam take it down, but the steal from Rosh and the clear through the tunnel in no one's hands now, but we see a battle between Daisy and Goki. Daisy with the little juke there, passing over to the stack with the slap down, and it looks like Beef has another open shot at goal, but all just off the ring, and we see the pressure coming in from Orange Juice with the steal, and the steal back, and the shot, and the save! Oh my god, this is getting intense, but that clear goes into the hands of Daisy's up onto the roof to Rilo, the hands down to Flood, the pass and off the ring again, and it's into Rylo's hands, and the steal from Goki.
Man, shout out to 5-up, though. 5 stars is what I'll start calling him, with saves like that, denying several of these attempts. At this point, they're going to have to start dunking on him if they want any success, because he does that. He does that. Anything from any more than an inch away is going to be stopped by 5-up, and down the floor in a quick stride, trying to catch up to that disc in an open goal, unable to do so, but they're stacking right back into the action and trying to cause some pain here. Flood down the lane. Rilo just dodging once, dodging twice as a bounce retrieved by Liam. Liam misses it, saw the opportunity, but just couldn't convert as Flood now gets hurt by that punch, loses the disc, but Dazzy now on the floor, and another one of those more rare bounces off of that post into the midfield.
The pressure is really getting to them now, as you can see, but the open capitalizes.
That overextension just of Orange Juice just led the way for Liam to pass the Flood, just to sink it in just outside the bubble, and it worked.
They've
wow, that is
They overextended a bit too much.
That's a crucial, again, these late game threes. So many matches, even in final situations, like those open threes in the last minute or two, they hurt or help so badly depending on which way you look at it. But man, is that costly? So is that.
The response.
So is that.
The reply. They responded in so, and it worked. Getting the lead, and Goki just saw that mail slot. It was an open 3. Everyone was overextended. It's the same case. Just flip it. It just works.
Flip it and reverse it, man. Shout out Missy, but they aren't missing on those.
This is insane. We've seen how close that these teams are, and they're really using everything in their power, but the pressure is getting to them. The unfortunate clear off the cloud goes into the hands of Rosh, and a little bit of a missed pass around, and the goalie's not in goal, giving another 2 points to Orange Juice with a minute left.
5-up saw that, took the one-on-one with goal as Goki just came through and just stunned out any defense there. Same with Paddy, they were just clogging up that defense. And just as long as you can swarm that goalie, swarm that defense, and get more heads of your own in there, it's just going to be a goal. Or it's going to be a self-goal either way. As long as you get those stuns out, it works.
Man, oh man. This turned into an ugly situation for Orange Juice there. Off that open 3. Then it turned into something beautiful. They got an open 3 of their own. They got a beautiful pocket shot. They took a 4-point lead, and looking like they will, at the very least, force another round to be played after some clutch plays there. The round disc at the very least. Hero this one, definitely 5. Speaking of, had the last shot there, had the 2 shots in a row, had what, 3 saves I believe in the last few minutes of the game that were crucial. 5 Up doing some serious work.
He just had the last shot, the last word, and he had the last say as they are 1-2. They just need 2 more rounds in order to take this to a bracket reset, but it's going to be a tough 5 more rounds if they want to take it. They need to win 5 in a row.
It'll be tough.
Insane here.
And I know when I mentioned, and I saw Cruisin in the chat there complimenting the defense and things like that, and when I was talking about also the those last minute threes. Now correct me if I'm wrong, Cruisin, because just reminiscing over ancient VRML. I feel like your team was involved in one of those back in like season 2 or 3, an OG. Was it Instinct? I feel like, or maybe it was Legends. I'm not sure. I seem to recall that. but so many times we've seen these finals where every point matters, and then those late game threes where games are often decided by single points at this level on this juncture. I mean, those can be such killers when you see those go. In this case, it kind of canceled each other out because both teams gave up that late 3. But man, those hurt.
They definitely do. They hurt the morale, especially as you think, oh, we're fine, we can overextend, we can push out, we can get there, we can push further than they can. Just to be shut down like that, it's kind of demoralizing. But at the same time, if you hold that mentality, you're going to get stopped and held back. But hopefully they don't hold back on these tubes as they come out for the neutral joust.
And we, again, don't see a pause from either team here, as Orange Juice is just feeling their rhythm and keeping going with it as they keep control of this disc. Maybe getting that shot in, or just a little bit to the right, but they've got an open bubble to put the disc in for the first points of the round.
Yeah, that was a nice decisive joust off of neutral that just set Rosh up and the rest of the other 3 in the blue bubble just to take their time, as all the attackers on Beef's side were just downfield. It's just the overextension is a little bit too much, but on neutral, I guess it's kind of normal.
Now gathering themselves here. Oh, the windmill attempt to dodge a defender. Well, no success. Goggy takes it over. Quick pass, maybe a little bit too quick. Made it a tough catch there for the teammate, but they will get the stacks. Some leeches first to it. On the shots, hitting Gaki on the way in, it looks like. But they'll tie it up now for blue.
Liam and Dazzy absolutely stacking down as fast as they can with the disc, hammering it into the goal. As long as you throw it hard enough, it will go in, but at the same time, it just bounced off Goki's head. So the points will go to Goki in that case, I guess.
But we see Orange Juice here on the offense, getting those passes really quick down the field. Oh, but a little bit of a drop there from Goki, giving Beef possession, and we see the stack race come in from both teams as the back stack from Beef is getting stunned out, but Rilo was still able to make it there, slap it down to Daisy. Daisy with the jukes here, and a little bit of a miss pass, but Rilo has time to take it, but he's going to reset it back to Flood, really using whatever time that they have here, setting up, and we see Rilo still just waiting for that pass option. He's unpressured, but he gets pressured, passes him over to Flood with another slam dunk from him.
Yeah, the back and forth from Rilo and Flood is working really well. They seem to have worked on the synergy really well, and it's just coming together in this match. Dazzy, as he cut opportunity on the left boot, just gave the goalie another thing to think about, but Liam in goal, causing that chaos, causing that distraction, just worked, and just caused them to just be in a ruckus. Having 3 people in goals is just not what they wanted.
A nice recognition, too, to even go for the dunk, because otherwise, 5 Up, as we saw last round, anything that's an arm's length away, he was stopping. So even though an anchor shot from the backboard might work in most scenarios, just with how fiery hot that 5 was and has been in the goal, yeah, that dunk is a great idea. Smart offense, adjustments, that's what it is about. That's what it means to be champion is, you have to be able to adjust, otherwise you don't win these 5-round series. You don't win bracket resets and things like that, so you really have to make those minor things count.
They're really doing it. They've got that adjustment. They're knowing who they're playing against, getting those passes off and playing it right. Beef is really good at adapting here. but OJ is just so powerful and blocking anything that they're doing. But Liam's still able to take control with a juke and the long shot for 3!
Liam was left alone in trench. He was pressured a little bit by Rosh and a little bit by Goki, but Goki was on his way back to try and hold the goal down. Goal was a little bit too open, and he just took full advantage of that. Saw no one in the way, and he just saw people's back turned.
What adjustments, Spencer? Are you watching the same game I am? Did you not see 5-up save 3 or 4 non-dunk shots in the last round? Because that's what happened. Going back to the dunks then. Either way, what brought them success and the 3-point would definitely be a nice capper there as Gaki is able to take it back. Gaki with a gentle pass on over, and I like this. I like that reset. It was getting a little bit claustrophobic in that bubble.
They're really playing it well. They know exactly when to slow it down and keep control, especially with this stack on them. They're playing it extremely well to try and keep them off. They've got that open pass because of the stack, who's able to capitalize for another 2 points.
Yeah, Paddy taking in with Goki, especially in goals, with Rosh just causing chaos, especially with the 2 defenders there. It was crucial to just knock them out, take them out, and it worked really well, especially for just Goki just to sink it in.
And with a 3-point lead now, and again, keeping in mind that as the upper bracket team, the undefeated team so far in finals weekend, Beef just has to win this one series, and they will be champions. So this could be the decisive round here, potentially. But Orange Juice looking alive with that pass right down below, and they will thrive for another goal. Rush to 5-up.
Yeah, that pass on that backside with Goki to Paddy on that setup just worked really well, as it just sets everybody up. They just drawing out that defense. As you see, Flood is pushing out a little bit too far, as well as Liam, and it just set everybody up.
They're really doing well here. And again, we might see another bit of that replay from Season 5 with Beef. Maybe losing this, maybe going into bracket reset again, but the saves from Beef and the scores from Rush, making it very close.
Did take a good attempt on goals, as you said, but Rush just was in goals, right place, right time. Dazzy and Flood were in goals, if I remember correctly, with Ryler and Liam just out a little bit too far to help, but taking on those 2 goals worked really well.
It's not even just about saving anymore with this kind of defense. It's ooh, scoring. Well, I'll just shut up now. Quick reaction times though from these players, man. Wow.
Just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm even shocked.
8-second goal on that one. But as I was saying, it was not even about these days. You can get a great save, but now you have to be aware of the offense, who's now aware of the great defenders. So you see those grab backs all the time where a save is immediately followed by a quick grab back by the offensive player, and then a dunk or a short-range shot. I mean, it's just, it's cruel how good players have become inside that bubble on both sides of the floor.
It really is. There's no matter what's happening, they're still both just capitalizing, blocking, and everything is just bouncing off one another with another score from Orange Juice, making it 10-9.
Definitely. With, as you just saw, it's just that defense is just getting absolutely swarmed. That point advantage is working, but it's just not helping, as they just need to hold it as long as they can. As 1 point, 1-2 is all it takes to sway as we come down to the final 3 minutes.
Yeah, it is crunch time, clutch time, as clutching that disc, and maybe the shot. No, Flood was right there. 1 meter a second faster on that throw, and that might have been a success, but now they have to get on the defensive end. As Orange Juice now gets into that bubble, trying to conform around the defensive players. Quick sling, good communication, and cranking the neck upwards for that pass, but Gaki had that red, sends it down, and this could be a huge opportunity at a goal. Oh, but a huge take back, and back again, there it is! Gaki, 13-9. 2 minutes remaining after this next joust. That is a huge hit.
Definitely, all 4 players were up on the roof, as we just saw. They were just swarming, and under those high-stress situations, some players just flourish. He did have that pass opportunity down near the goal with Rosh, but he just didn't need it. Rosh was just there as a safety precaution, and it worked.
It's really become just punishment after punishment after punishment with these two teams. Everything that they do is just getting punished, and then the other team does something, getting punished again, and it's just a well played game as Flood scores another 2 points for Beef, keeping them in this game.
Yeah, we saw a little bit of tracking issues with Goki though. Just doesn't have that right hand at the moment, but same, Dazzy and Flood took full advantage of that. We can't really rely on Tekka at the moment. It's just, you need to play the best you can with what you got.
2-point game, everything here decisive. Let's see. Should they come back, Beef? They will be the champions, but otherwise we could be going to that 5th round. Orange Juice has just done a tremendous job, certainly staying engaged in this one, despite being down 2 games. They are coming back now with a potential chance to advance this to a 5th round, which is not unusual for finals here in OCE.
And even if Orange Juice is able to take these next 2 rounds, they'll be going straight back into another game against Beef and have to do it all over again, playing back-to-back-to-back games. You're really gonna have to start conserving your energy if you want to win this.
I'll tell you who does want to win, though, is certainly this Orange Juice squad. They are relentless, just an avalanche of players now around the goal, trying to maybe get an ice of a shot there, but might not matter now. Let's see. They do need to get back in time, though, on the defensive end. This isn't a window. It's a window. It's narrow. Oh, and they get there. There's only a few seconds, 15 remaining. The players converging on the goal. There's a quick pass underarm and seeing if they can cause some harm. There it is. The drive, the dunk. We're going to OT again, baby.
That was huge from Flood to Rilo, especially with the distraction of just Liam and everybody just passing through. Even though it was a 3-on-4 in goals, it worked in their favor. Having more heads, having more people drawn to a certain person just worked in their favor really well. And hopefully we don't see anybody oversaturated in this round.
This is why we watch. These top teams are so close, so even, putting it down to this. If Beef are able to score this next point, they become champions of Season 7. And if Orange Juice can take this, they're playing another round and maybe going into that bracket reset. But we see the points from Orange Juice. We've got a round 5.
Wow, Patty making that look easy, and off of the disarray from the neutral joust, it netted them a positive there. We are indeed going to a 5th round in this upper brackets finals, this final of VRML Echo Arena here in OCE. Wow, no better way to do it.
Round 5 OT. Round 5. You don't see these often.
In OCE you do. In OCE you
can't help but think that those players on Beef, Daisy and Rilo have got to be thinking back to Season 5. This is exactly what has happened to them in the past, and they've really got to push past that mental fact of thinking back then, and hopefully are able to push through and maybe able to take it without going to bracket reset.
Yeah, it'll be a tough task even if they do win this, but anything is possible, obviously. And as I said, OCE more than any region, and shout out to EU and NA because I love casting them too, and their matches are always spectacular. But OCE finals have always been just a weirdly different beast, and I say that in the best ways. Where I'm not exaggerating. I say this literally every year. I've casted OCE finals since they came into the league. That wow, this is something different. They go to round 5s, they go to bracket resets, they go to overtimes at an alarming rate. just wild. You never know what to expect, but the unexpected, which I guess makes it the expected.
Oh my god!
Wow, the beautiful 3 to open things up. Heck of a way to start off this 5th round from Beef.
The flood on that neutral joust worked really well. Passing to Dazzy. Dazzy was wide open on the left flank of them just to send it in. As you usually have all 4 players dive for the disc at neutral, and it just didn't work in anybody's favor. No one was in home guarding the goal.
We are really witnessing history here. This is the closest I can say that OC has ever had for a grand final. This is so close, it's so competitive, and each team is doing everything in their power to take it home. But we see Daisy pushing in the one-on-one in Goki in goal, and he takes it, putting the putting Beef up 5-0 in this last round.
Yeah, especially Flood on that right shoulder and Liam on that clock, just causing that little bit of where will he throw, but he's going to take that one-on-one. He's just going to try and slug it out with you. He's taken both goals in the matter of not even a minute, and it's kind of scary that he's unlocked that potential and he's just like snapped and he's on that ace. He's ready to go.
And for Orange Juice here, got to be a little concerned because that quick start off the 3 and then the successive 2. I mean, 2 goals in a row, you know, it's an inconvenience, but 3 goals in a row, that's a problem because then you're looking at a potential 6 or 7 point deficit, and they will indeed close that gap here, though, with that 2. High pressure, and you just have to be able to respond to every single action with that equal reaction because it's easy for those mentals to kind of cascade into a big lead for the other team if you're not careful in finals.
Especially the rush causing chaos with Dazzy and Lim in goal, and it worked really well. I just saw.
We're really seeing in chat some overwhelming support for Beef here. Everyone is excited. Everyone is really hyped watching this map, and it really shows. You can see the energy in this match and in the chat with the passing plays from Beef scores another 2 points.
The clean pass. You had 2 on the clock as well, just in case you had Liam there, has a passing option. It just worked really well, especially with all the synergy that's going on. They're just snapping back and forth, but Orange Juice need to get their momentum up if they're looking to try and take this 3rd round and shut down Beef this time to take it to a bracket reset.
Certainly a really impressive scoring effort, and wow, look at that. Red all the way. Flood trying to open those valves, and indeed, off a rebound. Dazzy finds its home 9-2.
That stack from Rilo and Flood just holding that just the first barrier, it just worked really well. Clearing it down, letting Dazzy and Liam stack through to it, it just set them up perfectly.
They are in this rhythm. They are getting these passes off. They are getting these plays off. The stacks are there at all times with the leech from Paddy though, but they're able to get that stun off and get the stacks together again for maybe a shot at open goal here, but all just missing as Paddy retrieves the disc, juking out these defenders here, but they steal it and they steal it back again with Goki getting that clear off. Oh, it's bouncing back into the hands of Daisy, but another steal and clear there from Orange Juice. It's really getting, that pressure is getting to everyone here.
And shout out to Dazzy in the backline, was able to stop that orange stack, the set of stacking players, to enable his team to recover the disc and maybe get a goal as a result. Let's see. Oh, it's a 2. 11-2 that is. Liam gets the goal, and again, indirect assist Dazzy for even enabling that to happen.
They clear all the way downfield. It bounced off the top of mid. It's a hard shot to make, but it worked so well, setting it up for a nice, easy 2 inside of the bubble.
Even though Beef has started to stack on these points, making it 11-2, there's still 5 minutes left of this round. And even with Beef scoring another point, holy.
They are absolutely dogpiling in at the moment, as I think Orange Juice is overextending a little bit too much, leaving themselves a little bit too much open and not playing too defensively. It's just not defensive enough and not offensive enough. If you can play those passes, I think they'll be able to recover here.
Remember what I kind of said earlier about this team kind of being feast or famine with their type of play. We're kind of seeing that famine now. They have to be really careful with how they play the rest of this round out. Because, like I said, those avalanches can indeed occur in a blink of an eye. And don't blink or you'll miss it. Rilo won't. It's 2 points on the board for a total of 15. And we've got so much time remaining. They are exploding.
Yeah, Rilo threw it downfield. 5 moved to try and just dive for it, but the stack off of Rilo, just the leech worked really well in his favor, not getting stunned out and putting him in the right position just to send it downfield and into goal.
If you're on Orange Juice here, you've got to be thinking, we've got time. Anything that they've done to us, we can still do to them. You've got to be getting that mental right, or else you're still going to be in this deficit. And it all just a misplay there, giving possession over to Orange Juice again. They've really got to pull their heads in if they want to take this home. And another open shot for Beef.
Yeah, Dazzy getting the lift down from Liam was huge there. The clear worked really well from Flood to bounce it all the way through the tunnels, setting it up perfectly, but the reset just didn't work as well.
I tell you what, this team in Beef, man, they went nuclear powered, it seemed like, going from an overtime in round 4, an overtime loss at that, and then just opening the absolute floodgates here in this final round, this 5th round, to the tune of 18 points in 6 minutes of play. Incredible turnaround and an unbelievable series of events now to lead them to the cusp of a championship here for the first time. We are potentially moments away if this trend continues.
Orange Juice have really got to stop playing around here and just get points on the board. But every time that they slow it down, someone on Beef is there to punish them for it, just like they do. But no! Paddy's stealing it, and getting that clear off is a time for Beef, for Orange Juice to get some more points on the board. With the stacks coming in here from Goki, the Duke's around, but the save from Daisy saying not happening here. Holy, what a match we have.
What a match indeed, not giving up, showing a lot of heart with that shot to put them up to the 4th point now. Time is not going to be on their side at all, but I love just not wanting to give up anything here in these final minutes. They still play to the buzzer and at least prevent the mercy for the moments. But indeed, Beef, you know they're welling up right now, knowing that this is just moments here from Glory.
They have never been so close. They've got 2 minutes left and another long shot from
Oh my
Flood.
god.
Puts it 21-4.
That setup worked really well. They're only 3 points away from a Mercy, I think, now. Going through, looks really close, but even then, just they extended themselves, as I said, a little bit too much, not playing safe enough. As we've seen, Beef are just so offensive, and it's just not working, playing the offensive game.
And the math is there. There is no time for Orange Juice here, but doesn't mean that they're not going to still put in work in these last couple minutes here, as Goki's able to steal the disc and juke around and wait for those pass options. Doesn't have much time. He passes it down to Paddy, but the steal from Liam and another clear. OJ really just trying to score and score and score and put everything they have into this game.
And with only remaining minute and a half, they're going to go for that game-ending score, showing both Mercy and No Mercy at the same time. It is Daisy, and that was a doozy, and now we've got some champions to crown in Beef. Congratulations on the 5-round thrill of a match that just ended in an absolute bulldoze for Beef.
I have not seen a more amazing match played in Echo in a while. That was absolutely well played from both teams there. They really brought the heat, and well on Beef for bringing it home in that last round.
Yeah, cannot. Definitely one of the most impressive turnarounds I think I've seen, because we know, again, the pressure of finals and the pressure of big matches in general. To go into the 5th round, to lose in overtime, that could be so deflating for a team. So to lose it as they did, and then just come out absolutely dominant. I mean, snap your fingers, blink your eyes, and all of a sudden, your eyes are popping at just how much that score ballooned instantaneously. So they did a tremendous job to just keep that fortitude and really kind of put them out of play, put Orange Juice out of play before they even realized what had happened. Incredible turnaround from Beef, despite Orange Juice's best efforts, which were really, really strong to get to that round 5 in the first place.
Especially with how the whole synergy works. You have Flood absolutely carrying with points 23, but you can't dismiss how well Kim and Rilo worked so well. The synergy, the tactics that they had, just playing off each other so well and incorporating the rest of the team like Liam and Dazzy, just the off passes here and there, and it just worked. It just snapped together so well like a puzzle. There's no better words to describe it.
Yeah, and I think
I'm just gobsmacked. Like, they have really just put in the work this season, and it shows. It really, really
Absolutely
shows.
It's so chatty in the lobby right now. They are so chatty. They're all like ecstatic, but at the same time, they're so proud of each other for the win. It's so good to see the sportsmanship, even after all of it. You can tell everyone's tired. It's just a slugfest to make it up from the lower bracket. Even in the top bracket, it's such a fight to hold control over.
Absolutely, it's always been the case with these final games, and that's kind of been my observation too, though, as well. By and large, despite little nagging and nitpicking here and there, end of the day, one thing about OCE is they all, again, because everyone does know each other effectively. They all, there's the interpersonal relationships more so than other regions, I think, because of the population size proportionally. It's always nice to see, like, yeah, they tease each other and they clown on each other a little bit here, but they also stick around after games end. They chat, they laugh, they have fun on the whole, and it's fun to see because it creates that kind of tense, really just that competitive atmosphere that you love to see in matches like that. But then it's for the most part, at least, it's left all out on the floor, right? Like once the game's over. Game's over now. It's back to just being us, being friends again, being just having fun. So I love that aspect.
It's sinking in now. This is the finals. There's no more of this.
That's why I said at the start of this stream was just, no matter how amazing these games are going to be, it's still that bittersweet moment of, oh, this is the end.
Last one.
Yeah. I like to look at it too, though. It's like,
come on, man. There's plenty of other games. There's Breaches, there's Bastion. If you're wanting another feel like this, 0G, I recommend Bastion. There's other ones like Breaches that I'm getting into. I want to try and expand my class, but even then, it's going to be sad to see Echo go. I'm going to miss Echo. Admittedly, I'm going to miss Echo a lot.
Like you said, it's not the end of VRML, just VRML and Echo. And as far as Echo, assuming nothing changes, which unfortunately looks like to be the case, come August 3rd, Echo will be done. But one of the things I have said for many years now, across streams, even before I became a caster at all for Echo, when I was still exclusively playing and doing no casting, in the first few years of Echo Arena, 2017 and onwards. Something I've always said was, one, anyone who is here in this game, in VR, and a part of this, you're pioneers. But two, Echo was not, to me, the birth of a game. As I've always said, it was the birth of a genre. So it is a sad ending to this chapter of sorts, or maybe the book of Echo Arena, but at the same time, kind of the start, I think, of an exciting new book, new chapter in what is VR, 0G VR esports. Because we know there are some tremendous looking projects on the horizon coming from a lot of people very intimately familiar with Echo and its inner workings as players, production, and developers. So I don't think it's over as a whole, but it is very bittersweet at the same time for something such a big part of our lives to be coming to a close nonetheless.
Definitely, it's really just a bittersweet moment, and it was amazing that we got to end it with probably one of the best matches of Echo Arena I think I've ever seen. And shout out to all of the people in finals. Everyone has done so well this weekend, and it's been absolutely amazing. So good on everyone. You've ended it with a bang. And
put on a bloody good share.
Absolutely. Before we do head out here, just again, huge thanks to everyone in the chat showing love for the teams, showing love for the casters. Love you guys too. Sorry, on a personal note, sorry I wasn't around for casting in general for any of the regions and such too much this season, but I couldn't miss the opportunity to get a last glimpse here towards the end. Hope to see you guys again in the future games. As well as potentially in real life too. Like I still have high hopes for if and when there's a big OCE gathering, LAN or otherwise for the future. Try my best to be there because I gotta hang with some of you guys in real life. I think it'd be a riot, especially knowing how y'all are.
It's
Zodiac, any parting thoughts from you?
been a pleasure. This is the sunset of an era, but the sunrise of another. May we all go in together into more VRML games, more VRML matches. May it not be with Echo, may it be with others there.
And Outback, anything from you?
No matter what's happened over OCE in the last couple seasons, we've had our dramas, we've had our fights, and in the end, I think everyone's walking away from it with at least a smile on their face, and no one's going out of here saying that they didn't do their best. So,
yeah,
I'm so proud of everyone in this community, and they've made this game what it is.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I think you'll find over time, a lot of memory's a funny thing, and time's a funny thing, right? You'll kind of find that a lot of the petty, weird stuff never really matters in the long term. Once you get to the future and you're looking back at moments like these and seasons like these and years like these, a lot of the bad is erased and just replaced by all the actual great stuff that happened and the best of memories and the best of growth. I speak, I think, for myself and so many people in the community when I say that. So, but I won't be on my tangent too much longer. I'm getting pinged incredibly at the moment. But
was crying, man.
Same.
But that said, yeah, thank you all for watching, for tuning in. Thank you, Wonder T, who, again, unsung hero by the by, camming all of the finals this weekend. Ridiculous. Yeah, it's been fantastic. Shout out also, even though he was not here today, Pam Wow, absolute legend. Hope to meet you again in another casting life. But otherwise, guys, it's been great. Thank you so much for having us. Congratulations again to Orange Juice and Beef for a tremendous game, and Beef, of course, for proclaiming that championship. But from here in VRML, I've been Palador, that's been Outback Blaze, and that's been Zodiac and Wonder T-Man. And until next time, be happy, healthy, safe, and good to each other, and we'll see you again real soon. Have a good night.
14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we're underway.
Season 7 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Asterion Products, VR Cover, ProTube VR, Arma.gg, Kiwi Design, Downpour Interactive, and VRware.net.